Hello. Hello, hello. Did it work? Is stream on? Yeah, it seems to be on. Hi. It's been a while. What, 2 hours? 2 hours? Just waiting on the new player tourney. It started about 13 minutes ago, so it'll be a little bit before people have replays for us. So I was just going to be around playing Sekiro, and thought I might as well just hit play while we all wait. Oh yeah. We entered the part of the game where everybody's getting murdered. Ow. Dick! Whoop. You fuck. Yeep! Ah! You bitch. Yep. That was a lot. Ah! Ow. I don't exactly remember what's going on. I haven't got to play in a bit. I was busy with work and real life shit. Oh, the crowmen are dead. Alright. Fuck the crowmen. Oh, it's these guys. Ow. Okay. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, okay. That was a grapple. Ow. Dick. Okay, well, this is a lot, so I'm just gonna go. Later, nerds. Best FromSoft game. Don't do it. 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 Shit. Yeep. Alright. Whoa. 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 Okay, this is getting a little hostile. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeep. Ow. I keep switching targets accidentally. Well, come on then. Ow. Oh god, all day. Ow. Fucks. Bitch. Okay. So we dealt with the dogs. Oh. And then there's ninjas. Ah! I dropped. Okay. Didn't need to drop, but while we're down here, we'll loot. Oh, there's geckos. Which means free healing. Another dog. Jump. Jump at me. Do it. You won't. Do it, coward. Not you. Jump! You won't! Do it! Do it! Bitch. Okay. So I saw more loot over here. Or did I? Oh, getting poisoned. Why is there a boss bar? Oh, hello. Okay. So you're not what I was expecting to be at the bottom of the lake, my friend. Ow! Can I just loot these and leave you here? Tee, motherfucker. Nya! Nya! Run away! Ow, that hurt a lot. Can I use healing out of here? Yes. Okay, this isn't actually that bad. I can just kite. Ow. Nope. This is a weird fight. Okay, and we died. Just like that. I'm back. Oh! Oh! Oh, that tickled my bum. Yeet! One more good hit. There. That was odd. Flawless Headland reduces vitality damage taken from physical attacks. What? Is that like an art? Or what the fuck was that? Okay, that's weird. Ah, yes, loot. Okay, that was fun. Oh, are there any treasure cards? No, it was just this guy. Okay, cool. No replays from the tournament yet, so nobody's missing anything. Okay. Dick. Let's go fight some ninjas again, I suppose. Yeep. Ow! Ha ha ha! Kiss my ass. Ow! 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 It hurts a lot! Oh, God! Jesus Christ! Man, these guys are not fucking around. Step! Oh! Ow! God, I can't fight two of them! Shit! Let me out! Oh, stick the landing, go! I missed that jump. Oh no! I didn't realize I would start this boss fight.
巫女様の尊いその恩知お守りしたいだけにございます。
お主も流因に見入られたか。
Uh-oh.
話すことはない。去るがよい。
はい、すみませぬが懐かしきこの眺めをもうしばし堪能した。満足しましたら帰ります。
What up, Booge? Booge, I'm not in a good spot here. I have no healing left. I don't really want to start this boss fight. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I think we can make it. Aim for the bushes! Ah! Whee! Hashtag no fall damage. Oh shit. What was that? Oh, okay, they see me. Got it. Up! Well, that was weird looking. Ah! Ah! I wanted to get the execute on him, but it wouldn't give me the option. Alright, fuck this noise. Up, 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 up. Just gonna rest. Alright, I have messages. Are they replays for us? Alright, someone has a rules question. No replays for me just yet. Alright, let's pop over to actual Warhammer. There's other things we can do. Alright, let's hope my background isn't sus. Alright, cool. It's not, for once. That makes more sense if you know my background system. I have a folder of over 1,000 images I've collected since I was like 14. It's kind of like a scrapbook in ways. Where like shows I watch, if it's a good show, then I'll grab a couple wallpapers and throw it in there, and then every once in a while it'll like come up. I'll be like, oh yeah, that show was lit. Things like that. Yeah. But it could be any number of things. Ooh, and we have a replay from the tournament to actually get to. That's exciting. Okay, I'll help with this rule break potentially thing, and then we'll get on to the tournament. How does that sound for everybody? Okay, what could be sus in those? Some anime are not for the faint of heart, my friends. Okay. Unrelated to the new player tournament, we're doing a quick rules check for Boojalicious and Kaiju. Players may not hold defensive positions in forests with significant portions of their army. The attacking rule cannot force players to attack enemy units in or next to forests. A goblin laborer and the soul of damnation being in the forest does not constitute the rest of the army being in the forest. And to fulfill the attacking rule, I mean, there's other stuff out here that they could be attacking. It's not like everything is in the forest. They have to go there. Yeah, it seemed fine to me. Just putting one unit in the forest isn't a problem. Yeah, it seemed fine. Okay, I'll message the player back that... Seemed fine, seemed fine. Okay. It is 7:58. That is 2 minutes before we were supposed to start this tournament. So we're a little early. We're a little early, everybody. Don't have to have seen it all. Okay. What are we doing? What's happening? We have a new player tournament. Yay, new player tournament. Woo! We have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. 13 players have signed up and checked in. There are 4 rounds of Swiss format. And when we get to the end of the 4 rounds, we'll take the people with the highest scores, wherever they are at that point in time. I don't want to hit refresh because there will be mild spoilers. But whoever has the most points, we'll have them do a quick finals or semifinals or whatever. Like if we have one person at 4 points and then 3 people at 3, we do it semifinal and final. So, yeah. That's what we got going on tonight. For our players, we have Durthu, who's probably my tournament favorite. Yeah, Durthu's probably my tournament favorite. He's pretty darn good. A lot of the faces here I've never seen before, though, so I mean, that goes both ways. Either they could be real new or, like, pretty darn good after playing a lot of quick battles and just starting to join tournaments. Rhino Hunt, Lamphata, Lasaurus, Lowry, Muzi, 2Wiz, Ascendant Monkey, Stitler, Old Omen, Harris, Tremor's Fist, and Foryx. Always happy to see new names popping up in here. But yeah, I do think Durthu will be the tournament favorite. He'll be a spooky opponent. But we'll see who can come close. I will be streaming replays people send to me until we get to that top 4 area. And then I'll focus on those. First replay of the night is in Tremor's Dark Elves versus Foryx's Mousillon of the Vampire Counts. Alright, sorry, someone sent me a message, so I was just checking on it. The tournament is starting, we are focusing up, we're paying attention, we're doing the shit everybody came here for. Actually funny, it's Dark Elves. It's funny that it's Dark Elves versus Vampire Counts, because Lenorm, a buddy of mine, recently was talking to me about how this feels very Vampire Count favored for him. And I won't give too much more in case he wants to get a couple more wins in the matchup before his build is revealed to the world, but it's just interesting that I'm seeing it today. Because I literally said to him, dude, I don't see this very often, but I normally see 4 Black Ark Corsairs and then Soul Stealer try and win the whole game. Lamb Subs with the $5 for the Nakari win earlier. Dude, I got you. I love Nakari. I still don't think that Nakari is like actually the best Slaanesh Lord in every matchup. I think there's a couple where he is pretty good, but he's very fun. I almost always take Nakari when I take Slaanesh just because of how much more I enjoy them when I'm playing with Nakari than like Sigvald or something. Anyway, we gotta cover the builds. The slow advance to Vampire Counts has almost gotten to the Dark Elf front line. So for them, we have triple Graveguard, Skeleton Spears, and Zombies, a Mortis Engine, 3 Crypt Horrors, Vlad von Karstein with Wind of Death and Invocation Heck, and then double White King, Both with Scab Scraith, which is technically a rule break. I hate that that's already coming up, and you know, some people are like, land battles have way too many rules. New player tournaments were very chill about rule breaks because shit happens, and then 2 direwolves. But you can only have one of a certain type of item like Scab Scraith, so but it's whatever. Supreme Sorceress of Dark for the Dark Elves with Soul Stealer and Power of Darkness. Then a Frontline of Dreadspears and Bleak Swords, 2 Sisters of Slaughter, 3 Dark Shards, and 4 Coldwood Knights. The Dark Shards are immediately getting onto the Mortis engine. And they're doing pretty good work there. Hold on, someone's messaged me 3 things. Okay, cool. I was just making sure it wasn't, like, a problem. So I'll get that in a second. Sisters of Slaughter stacking up on Dreadspears is very risky because it makes them more vulnerable to a spell like Burning Head or something. Now, this is versus Vampire Counts. They don't usually have a lot of spells that can punish that kind of thing. But it's generally good practice to try and avoid ever stacking up melee infantry on top of each other like this, because it can be a problem. Now, the zombies got wrecked, both by a breath attack and then the Sisters of Slaughter and Dreadspears just way outclassing them. Graveguard are moving up, though. And the Mortis engine has been pulled back to safety. The Dark Elves should have complete control over the front line, but here comes a Wind of Death, everyone's favorite spell to meme on. Is it Overcast? Yep, that's Overcast. And it starts to curve, it goes down the line, and 2 Dark Shards are shattered. Oh! Good spell from the Vampire Counts. Anyway, as I was going to say, with 4 Coldwood Knights versus 2 dogs, the Dark Elves should have a pretty supreme mobility advantage, but the front line should go to the Vampire Counts. With their investment in Crypt Horrors, the Mortis Engine, Double White King, and Graveguard, they should be winning. Vlad is fighting back against the Sorceress, his Von Karstein ring giving him 60% damage resistance. After he took a lot of damage on the charge, he's now starting to turn things around, and the Mortis Engine is trying to help him out, and that's honestly just kind of adorable, but it's really not going to do very much. Vlad does not seem to be having an easy time striking back on the Supreme Sorcerer's Dark. She's hardly taken any damage whatsoever, and more Coldwood Knights are closing in, so the Mortis Engine gets into the infantry, which will take a little bit less damage, but it's also going to drain a whole bunch of different units. Crypt Horrors are trying to sacrifice themselves to keep the Dark Shards offline, but the Dark Shards have thrown on guard mode and are still firing at that Mortis Engine at very close range. The northern side of the fight is going well for the Vampire Counts. The southern side is going well for the Dark Elves. As the Mortis Engine gets chopped to pieces, that is a bad sign for our undead friends. But the Coldwood Knights getting caught out by the Dire Pack is also not going well for them. The Dire Pack do have bonus versus large. How much? Oh, another Wind of Death! I saw the Overcast and started looking for it. Another Wind of Death almost takes out an entire Dark Shard and finishes off these Dreadspears. All of the Wind of Deaths from Vlad have been amazing this game. He's already at 2,000 damage value for a Footlord, which is not usual. Not usual at all for the Vampire Counts. Dark Elf Dragon is trying to carry this with some big Soul Stealers and charging attacks into Vlad and the Mortis Engine. The Mortis Engine's almost in that crumbling territory, but not quite. And Vlad's heal cap is already in sight, which is a problem for the Vampire Counts. Cryptor is running amok. And how are our Graveguard doing? One is fine, one is fine. All 3 Graveguard are actually quite healthy, which is a problem for the Dark Elves. For the Dark Elves, they have 2 healthy Coldwood Knights left. A healthy Sister of Slaughter, above half health, but still healthy enough. And then, of course, a full health Dragon Lord with some Soul Stealers. The Dark Elves are not as favored here as I would have thought, mostly due to 2 very big Wind of Deaths that killed off a lot of Dark Shards. Now, Wind of Death is not a cheap spell by any margin, so he's probably running low on Winds of Magic. Yeah, he's used 40 Winds of Magic worth of Wind of Deaths. How far are we in the tourney? This is the first replay. Deep Source. Tournament is 36 minutes in progress, but I just started casting the replays now. Coldwood Knights getting rear charges, though as long as that Mortis Engine is alive, they're going to have to be very careful. Oof. And fighting Crypt Horrors isn't great. I mean, they love fighting Crypt Horrors because they're Coldwood Knights, but also they will take decent damage back. Crypt Horrors have a ton of healing. You can't sleep? I'm sorry, man. EU or NA? I suppose NA would be a little early to go to bed, but I don't know. I don't judge you for what you do in your life. White King getting hit with a Soul Stealer, as well as the Mortis Engine, all those Crypt Horrors, Graveguard, and Vlad, so really big Soul Stealer value so far, but the Dark Elves are falling behind, and the Dragon is going to have to put on quite a show to get them back in it. Dark Shards are rallying in the distance, though, and they actually have 53 out of 90 models. The Wind of Death did a lot of damage, but it was spread out damage, so I guess they didn't lose that many models. White King looks like he's going to get finished off by the Dragon Lady. Golden Knight's charging up and down the block. And they do get a fresh charge onto the Mortis Engine. It has no buffering, so it might take some damage from this anti-large cav, but in general, the Mortis Engine is not too perturbed by being surrounded by enemy units. It's usually a single entity or range that have to take it out. Dark Shards do need to be rallied. It looks like a lot of the Dark Elf micro is going into cav charging and cycle charging and breath attacks and the Dragon Lady, which is fine. Like, those are important things to focus on, and they are doing a good job of that. But rallying units is an important thing. How much wins do you get in a land battle? I believe 80. I believe 80 if there's no affecting factors. Vlad is heal capped, and he just popped his Von Karstein ring, so if the Soul Stealer caster notices this, she should not have cast a Soul Stealer at all until the Von Karstein ring wears off, and then throw one down in this area, because it would get huge value. But taxing Vlad's health is critical, so really want to wait for that Von Karstein ring to go away to give your Soul Stealer the best chance of working. I also do not think this game is over, as the Sisters of Slaughter continue to grind it out, but those Dark Shards, man, if they rejoin the fight, this battle is very much in contention. There's the Soul Stealer we're talking about. She did wait for Vlad's ring to wear off. It hits everything of value for the Vampire Counts besides the Mortis Engine. And she even got a huge shot onto the White King, but she does need to get out now. It looks like she's trying to leave, but there's Crypt Horrors all over. She's going to need Cold Knights to sacrifice themselves to save her, and that Dark Shard needs to come back to the battle. It's so critical. Come on, Dark Shard, you can do it! Supreme Sorceress still taking a lot of damage, not able to get out of here just yet. I believe she has 1 or 2 more Soul Stealers in her if this game can keep going on. So time is in the favor of the Dark Elves. They just have to buy it, but army losses is getting close. Dark Shards, please! Please come back! This is Scab Scrape from the White Kings finish off the Sisters of Slaughter. Army losses is so close. It does not look like the Dark Elves will be able to hold on for those Soul Stealers. And that is that. Good game to start off on. For Tremor, 4,600 value on his Dragon Lord. Golden Knights did alright. Sisters of Slaughter did pretty good. Dark Shards got a lot of value considering how quickly they got knocked out by the Winds of Death, so just shows how important they were if they could have stayed alive. For Forex, Vlad and the Mortis Engine both got really good value. White Kings did fine. Graveguard also held forever. Crypt Horrors did fine. Dogs did okay. And Chaff did okay. GG. I do have more replays. I just hadn't saved them yet. So we have 2 more replays. Fear not, my friends, fear not. Tomb Kings and Tomb Kings. Okay. How does army losses work? It's a percentage. So if you have 100% of your army and the enemy only has 10% of their army left, the game just ends, like it calls it. It says there's no way you can win anymore. But it's all about ratios. So if you have 20% of your army left and the enemy has 10, it's probably not going to army loss you. If you have like 4% of your army left and the enemy has 10, it probably won't. But if you have like 2% left and they have 10, then it might. So it's just some weird equation that I don't know. This is for Losaurus and Aya, by the way. My game crashed. Lit. Anyway, it's some weird equation behind the scenes that if you're a certain multiple above your opponent in army composition remaining, it just ends the game. Alright, game between Losaurus and Aya. Aya! Tomb Kings Dark Elves. A matchup that I think, if both players know what they're doing, is Dark Elf favored. Though, maybe my Discord is just full of Dark Elf mains. A lot of Dark Elf mains have shown me this being difficult for Tomb Kings. Not unwinnable, but difficult. We do get to see Lokir Fellheart. I don't think he's the best in this matchup, but Tomb Kings do have a hard time with foot characters sometimes. I'm questioning the Deathcaster. I think Burning Head is really, really, really good versus the Tomb Kings, and it's like impossible to justify anything else. Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna are really strong spells in general, so it's not like troll to take this. But I don't know. Whenever I leave home without Burning Head versus the Tomb Kings, I always regret it. Alrighty. For the Tomb Kings, we do have the Chosen of the Gods, 2 Sepulchral Stalkers, 2 Necropolis Knights, DJ Katep on horseback with Usarian's Incantation of Vengeance, Incantation Protection, and Cursed Blades. Then we have Skeleton Spearmen, Nakara Warriors, and more Spearmen and Warriors in the back. On the Dark Elf side, we do have 1 Bolt Thrower that is currently getting shot at by the Chosen of the Gods, 2 Scourge Runner Chariots, some Blackheart Corsair Handbows, a front line of Bleak Swords, Lokir Fellheart on foot, a Sorceress of Death, as we mentioned before, and then 2 Witch Elves. And the Sepulchral Stalkers are already getting good damage out onto the Scourge Runner Chariots, and the Chosen of the Gods are finishing off that Bolt Thrower to give themselves a little bit of breathing room. Necropolis Knights are going to take a charge in the distance, but they're getting kited quite a lot by the Scourge Runner Chariots and the Blackheart Corsairs. They're already down to half HP, which is brutal on a unit that expensive. They're like 1,400. Not the best Dark Elf build? It's a new player tournament. There's going to be some wild shit out here. Necropolis Knights are running down the Blackheart Corsair Handbows, though the one on the top side is taking a lot of punishment for his time. And the Witch Elves are trying to rampage this other one off if it takes enough damage. Unless the Sepulchral Stalkers can get a good shot on Lokir Fellheart, he will be quite difficult to take out. Sigvald has carried many a game versus Tomb Kings for similar reasons. And the Bolt Throwers are offline. Their crews have rallied. Maybe they can come back as the Necropolis Knights try and buy some space. Now, if the Tomb King's army passive gets charged up, they'll get a bit of healing. And if Katep can cast some spells, they'll get some healing. But Lokir making his way onto Katep briefly. Eyes of the Desert taking damage, getting shot at by Scourge Runner Chariots and all these Blackheart Corsair Handbows. The Blackheart Corsair Handbows are not armor piercing like their Dark Shard cousins, so this isn't nearly as threatening to the Sepulchral Stalkers as it could be. Chosen of the Gods also trying to fire into those guys. The Sepulchral Stalkers kiting out Lokir. They're really the only things on this roster that can do good damage to infantry. And I don't mean just from what the Tomb Kings took. I mean, in general, Sepulchral Stalkers are the only thing I've found that does really solid damage into foot characters. And other than that, foot characters can kind of run the map on you. Fate of Buna is out under the Sepulchral Stalkers. I honestly don't know how much damage that will do to something with 16 models. It could be a lot. It could be a little. It's looking more on the a lot side. But the Tomb King's healing is coming in. And Lokir needs to just find a home for a bit, pop all of his buffs like he is, and get some Helm of the Kraken healing. Elsewhere, the Tomb King's front line is doing well. They invested a lot into it with these Nahakar warriors and whatnot. And the Scourge Run Chariots are pushed off. Necropolis Knights running down the Reaper Bolt Throwers to make sure they never come back. What can the Dark Elves do? Not a lot at the moment, as Lokir is starting to run away, but again, that makes him vulnerable to the Sepulchral Stalkers. What's happening here? Oh, it's Usarian's Incantation of Vengeance. I thought that was a Fate of Buna on a dying Skeleton Spearman, and I was very concerned. Alright, Lokir's going to rout any second now. What the Dark Elves do have going for them is these Blackheart Corsair Handbows, who still have a ton of ammo and a lot of love left to give. Scourge Runner Chariots still trying to shoot at anything, I guess, but the Chosen Gods are firing back on them. It's looking pretty brutal. I think that's why the Tomb Kings are up on the balance power right now, is I just think they are currently in a winning state. They're losing both the Necropolis Knights soon. These guys have not had a good time. And the front line of the Tomb Kings hasn't exactly gotten out of here scot-free either. A lot of Nakar warriors have bitten the dust. Several Skeleton Spearmen are in bad shape too. And can Lokir hold on? Eyes of the Desert getting rampaged by the Witch Elves into Lokir is going quite poorly for them, and the last of the Tomb King's healing is now procced. So they get no more free healing from their army passive, though that does mean a new Shopti summon is going to appear somewhere on the battlefield soon, I imagine. Blackheart Corsair Handbows do need to back off a little bit, separate out so the Eyes of the Gods. Wait, Chosen Gods, sorry. Chosen Gods can't get 2-for-1 shots on them. That looks like the Chosen Gods are busy doing other things. The Deathcaster is caught up in King Takeshi Scorpion Legion. Though she's on foot, so they don't get their bonus versus large versus her, they're still going to do a lot of damage. She'll want to get out of there. Tomb King still pulling a little bit more ahead, but Lokir is kind of stabilized and is doing good damage to the Eyes of the Desert. They do get Nero's Incantation of Protection, but they're crumbling already, so mixed results in that one. The Blackheart Corsairs continue to kite a little bit. Scourge Run Chariots also doing so. The Necropolis Knights missing 10 of their 24 models. And the Deathcaster did escape. She's going to live for now. That's a new Shopti summon, which is also artificially inflating the balance of power. We have some Scourge Chariots sitting behind trees. Don't know what they're shooting at. They should probably shoot at the Sparkle Stalkers or the Necropolis Knights, maybe even Katep, but not the fake Ushapti. The fake Ushapti, your ranged units just have to run away from them and buy as much time as you can. Scourge Chariots trying to kite out the Necropolis Knights, picking off more and more models. Nakara Warriors trying to chase down the Blacker Corsairs, who are still doing a good job on that side. Another Fate of Yuna out onto these healthier Sepulchral Stalkers. That's a good target for it. The Chosen the Gods are honestly so low on ammunition, you might as well just let them burn what they have left and then hope you can kill them in the late game. Sepulchral Stalkers are more of a threat. Lokir has been clinging to life for this whole game. He's doing his best. Foe Seeker and Dreaded Duelist keeping him in it, his leadership up. And the Ushapti are taking a lot of damage, which means a lot of ammunition from the Scourge Chariots and these Blackguard Corsair handbows has been used on a summon, which is not great. Lokir also is not getting healing as long as he's out of melee combat, which is a bit unfortunate for him. Scourge Chariots running out of ammunition. There goes the Ushapti summon, though. The Deathcaster is once again surrounded by King Kesh's Scorpion Legion, so she's probably going to rout soon. I wouldn't be shocked if that just caused army losses. Lokir now gets a fight with the Necropolis Knights. He takes a bunch of damage on the charge. Can his leadership stabilize? He's at 1. But if he can stay in the fight, he'll heal up plenty. Looks like he's going to rout, though. I don't know if he can hang. Too much stuff is routing for the Dark Elves, it would appear. Lokir somehow managing to chat it out and stay in the fight. 2 Blackguard Corsair handbows in the distance did get rid of a Nakara Warrior, but they're too far from the actual fight to rejoin anytime soon. Lokir is still regenerating up just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Assyrian's Incantation of Vengeance will finish off this Blackguard Corsair handbow, however. I wouldn't be shocked if Katep actually tried his own hand at dealing with Lokir. And Dreaded Duelist should still be on cooldown. We just saw it a second ago. Lokir is going to get fully surrounded by baddies. See what that does to his leadership. The Blackguard Corsair handbows continue to kite out King Kesh Scorpion Legion. We're going to need some chariot cycle charging if we're going to free up that Deathcaster. And Lokir is doing his best, but he's taking too much damage. Balance power moves further away from the Dark Elves, and if Lokir breaks, that is the end of it. And there he goes. He breaks. Everybody routs. It's a GG. Lokir tried, man. He tried his heart out. Necropolis Knights, one of them actually got decent value. Sprokel Stalkers and the Ushapti Great Bows both did very, very well. And Nakara Warriors did fine. Skeleton Spearmen mostly got destroyed. Freya, Lokir didn't get a ton of value, though he was very distracting. Scourge and Chariots did good. Deathcaster did okay. Black Corsair handbows all did pretty darn well. Witch Elves were very annoying for the Tomb Kings, but their front line wasn't quite up to the task of dealing with all these Nakara Warriors. Is there any good composition to use the Canite Assassin? Let me go look. Thanks for the kind words, Felipe. Sorry I'm not the most energetic right now. I am sick. Again, it feels good. Alright, Canite Assassin. Yeah. Assassin's Trophy is good. It's never a bad spell. Black Lotus can be okay. Web of Shadows can be okay. Black Dragon Egg sucks. Its stats are really good, but for some reason it just sucks. I think he's probably good into Beastmen and Skaven would be the two. Because he's pretty good at Lord Sniping. His missile strength is not armor piercing though, so you want factions that don't have a lot of armor. Skaven and Beastmen. And then you want factions where you're discouraged from the Black Lotus is going to be good. And then you want factions that are usually going to mob you. Like throw Rat Ogres at him to try and stop him. Where you could use Web of Shadows. So if I was against Skaven, I'd cut Assassin's Trophy and just have these, and he's 900 gold and just annoying, and he's going to constantly walk at your lord and bother him. And versus Beastmen, I don't know. It's risky to take Assassin's Trophy, because if they don't have Torogs, if they just have a Caster Lord, then it's going to be worthless. So yeah, I just maybe would never take Assassin's Trophy. If you're versus Beastmen, I don't feel like Black Lotus is as important, but Web of Shadows is still good. He's still got a good little poke to him. Especially if you're going to take out Morgar. He doesn't pair well with Malice, though, so you'd probably want, like, a Sorceress of Death or Fire on Dark Pegasus. Because if you're going to have a Soul Stealer caster on their dragon, then they don't really need a Canite Assassin running around. They don't really need him to do anything, because they're really expensive, so the rest of your army is already suffering. And on their dragon, they're more than capable of taking out most caster lords and stuff. So I'd only use them as a support if you already have another Supreme Sorceress, but like on one of her supportive mounts instead of her dragon. He's not the most meta right now, just because the state of foot characters with ranged attacks isn't great. Alright, next game, Old Omen, also on the Tomb Kings, with a bit of a spicy build. I guess 2 Necropolis Knights is hardly meta, so it's a different spicy build, but all the builds tonight have been spicy. And then Harris, with some Greenskins. A little less spicy, though I will say, Grom the Paunch is not common, and Orc Boys certainly are not common, so there's a little bit to like here. For the Tomb Kings, this time we have Nehekara Horsemen and Skeleton Horse Archers, so much more cavalry. We do have a Casket of Souls, though Katep is not riding it. A Lich Priest of Nehekara with Usirian's Incantation of Vengeance and Job's Incantation of Cursed Blades. Khalida on her Sneaky Snake mount with the Venom Staff, Tomb Strike, and Venom Wave, and then Skeleton Warriors and the Keprin Guard for a front line. On the other side for the Greenskins, Orc Boar Boy Biggins on the flanks, 4 of them total. They should be able to beat up on the Tomb King's cavalry. Orc Boys and Goblins for front line, the Swamp Things plus a River Troll Hag with Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech, and then some Goblin Archers and Grom the Paunch for their leadership. Broken Tusk Mob getting in a fight with the Nehekara Horsemen, but with Jaff's Incantation to Cursed Blades, that does give these guys some anti-large and better weapon strength, so the Broken Tusk Mobs are going to try and opt out of it for now until that buff wears off. You know, these other Orc Boar Boy Biggins are plenty fine to fight Skeleton Horse Archers and Nehekara Horsemen. They're chilling. Less chillin' is this Orc Boar Biggin, currently fighting on some spears, so he's going to back off, but the other one getting chased down by Khalida. And she can do decent damage to those guys, especially when supported. It looks like the Casket of Souls may be helping out, and some Skeleton Horse Archers certainly are. So Tomb King's doing good work in the early game. We'll see how that continues for them as the Greenskins get into melee. And I do think the Greenskins overall have the better front line between Orc Boys and the River Troll Hags. Sorry, the River Trolls. First Spirit Leech is out onto Khalida, and Goblin Archers are trying to support their Orc Boar Boy Biggin companions. And if the first Wah can get charged up while these Orc Boar Boy Biggins have a surround on Khalida, that could actually be a very impactful thing for the Greenskins here. There's the first Wah. I'm going to pop back over here because I'm quite interested in how this goes. 47 melee attack and a little bit of bonus versus large going to help them out, but her 60 melee defense actually keeps her above their melee attack. The Wah is not nearly enough to get them up there, because I think they only have a bonus versus large of like 7. Oh, it's 12. Alright, nice. Anyway, Lich Priest of Nehekara and the Nehekara Horsemen gonna take out these Orc Boar Biggins with a little bit of help from the Skeleton Horse Archers. Kind of surprised the Orc Boar Biggins are losing that fight. They are armored, and they do have bonus versus large. Nehekara Horsemen don't have armor piercing. Khalida, a little caught out. Now the wall has worn off. Maybe she can get some help. Carrion trying to kill off these Goblin Archers and stop that support from coming in at least. But I heard another Spirit Leech as we were leaving, so Khalida might be in trouble. Meanwhile, the Tomb Kings are winning the front line with the help of the Casket of Souls and then some Skeleton Horse Archer rear charging and stuff. But the Greenskins have gone all in on this Lord Snipe over here. Where is Grom, actually? There he is. Hey, Grom. You have some Orc Boys and Goblins clumping up a little bit. Second and final was popped. I strongly doubt they're getting a third one this game. But most of the Greenskins are routing. Orc Boar Biggins have abandoned the fight against Khalida, leaving the Giant River Troll Hag to it. And she is not remotely the melee attack. Melee attack? What the hell was that, human boy? Melee fighter that Khalida is. Casket of Soul still firing away. It is sitting on some Tomb Guard with halberds, daring anyone to come over here and play with it. Oh shit, my cat wants to get out. When did you even get in here? Go on, buddy. Go on. Okay. I didn't realize I closed the cat in with me. Casket of Souls still free and clear to fire, though it actually might be doing some friendly fire in a second. Yeah, that's a bit of a brutal one. Khalida, still alive, man. Still alive out here, and now a sandwich of Summoned Ushabti and Skeleton Horse Archer is going to try and rout this Orc Boar Boy Biggin. The Ushabti is running out of time. Nusirian's Incantation of Vengeance is going to seal the fate on that Orc Boar Boy Biggin. Balance power slightly Tomb King's favored. Not shocked, but a couple things that can work in the Greenskins' advantage here. One, Ushapti Summon's not real. It's going to go away in 30 seconds. Then, there's healing between Grom and the River Trolls, so that'll be good. And then finally, there are some balance of power inflations here that aren't going to matter as much. The Casket of Souls is running out of ammo, and the Greenskins are running out of HP. So the Casket of Souls is running out of targets, because as it shoots something with less health, it's going to do less damage. And then, the Tomb Kings have a useless caster that's full HP. Now, he's been useful in the course of the game, but I mean, like, in an actual fight in the late game, he's not going to contribute much, but the balance of power doesn't know that. So the balance of power is a little disingenuous. I think this is actually still pretty darn even right now, because Khalida is so low. And without her, the Tomb Kings will take a leadership hit. That means they'll crumble more often. And a Lich Priest in the late game is just not the same as, like, Arkan or something. Our Giant River Troll Hag getting isolated up by a Hekar Horseman is very concerning, however. And Grom's currently trying to pop through. He has all of his buffs popped. And he can't get through these Nekar Horsemen. He's not even swinging at them for now, although as we'd see their armor is sundered. So currently he's just T-posing. He does need new attack orders onto those guys. And the Greenskins are suffering a bit of a mass rout, so I am a little concerned about them. Also, the River Troll Hag getting isolated is pretty darn brutal. Nekar Horsemen now looks like they're getting dealt with as the Swamp Things are actually trying to fight back for now. Lich Priest is taking about half his HP, but the River Troll Hag's leadership is faltering, and that is a big, big problem. Overcasted Spirit Leech onto Khalida, trying to get her into that natural crumbling territory. And the Swamp Thing suffering an Isurian's Incantation of Vengeance, but that might be the death of Khalida. -1 leadership, rallies to 0 leadership, and now she's at 8 as she starts to charge somebody. So unfortunately for the Greenskins, they're not going to get that free crumbling into death as the River Troll Hag has to fight the Lich Priest on her own. Grom might pop back over here and give her a little bit of support. We'll have to see. Casket of Souls, going to use the last of its ammunition, making sure that Orc Boys who were routing once stay routing for the rest of the game. And I don't know if the River Troll Hag, the River Trolls, and Grom can carry this, but man, they're going to try. As a Scorch goes down, the Skeleton Spearman doing pretty good damage. Swamp Things are trying to stick near Grom for that extra leadership, as the Skirmish Cav used last their volleys on him. And now Mither is used on the Lich Priest and the Hekara to try and slow him down for Grom the Paunch. River Troll Hag's just trying to pick a fight. So are the Swamp Things, but the Swamp Things want to be careful. They don't just want to fight on spears willy-nilly. They have a lot of healing left to go, but I mean, they can start losing models, and that's going to be brutal. Like, look at their health get slammed down. Look at it. Oh, that's a nasty fight for them. That was brutal. And they lost so much on taking the fight with those spears. Khalida did lose 100 HP while I wasn't looking, but she somehow managed to keep her leadership up. She's not crumbling just yet. The Giant River Troll Hag is hanging on. Grom is also hanging on. And she plows straight into the Kepler Guard, but that might be the death of her. As, yeah, she gets routing. The Tomb Kings should have enough mobility that they can run her down. Khalida's still fighting it out. Getting a little bit of healing from the Hekara passive. Casket of Souls, 3 shots left. Balance of Power is... Now I think the Balance of Power is being optimistic for the Greenskins. What the hell? Where's all that coming from? River Troll Hag is going to get walked off by the Skeleton Horse Archers. Grom's currently just trying to fight Hekara Horsemen. And all the Greenskins are hoping Khalida eventually just crumbles away to nothingness. Grom does not want to sit in the Kepler Guard, especially as they get a Jaff's Incantation Curse Blades overcast on them. Khalida gets a little bit more healing from that spell cast. And if Grom stays in this fight, he is doomed. In that case, the Greenskins would also be doomed. Khalida seems to be stable for now. 3 leadership, but stable. Casket of Souls is going to use his last volley on the Orc Boys. Grom has popped all of his buffs. Try and fight his way out of here. Khalida's down to 0 leadership. And she starts crumbling. She starts crumbling of her own volition. There she goes! And Khalida is gone. The Casket of Souls is out of HP. And the Tomb Kings are starting to crumble a little bit more. As soon as Incantation of Vengeance onto Grom will not do that much damage, but it will slow him down, so that's something. Carrying him to chase him around. I still think the Balance of Power, the fact that it even still thinks the Greenskins have that much of a chance, it's a little optimistic. We have a full health Tomb Guard with Halberds. We have an almost full health Kepra Guard Tomb Guard over here. That just seems silly. I'm going to fast forward at ×2. We'll watch Grom try and Benny Hill his way to Lich Priest and Nakara. Lich Priest is running to his Halberds, so at least he's like, listen, Grom, if you're going to chase me, you're going to have to fight Halberds to do it. Then Grom gets in a fight, and that is that. GG. Alright, just checking on some things. Old Omen just sent me another replay. Though on the replay front, it's been quiet tonight, you guys. It's been quiet tonight. Where are all the replays at? You don't have to send them, but also... Come on, man. Nakar Horsemen did pretty darn well. Skeleton Horse Archers did amazing. Cask of Souls did okay. Khalid honestly did okay. It was a creative Tomb Kings build, but it was nice to see something different work than just Ushabti Great Bows and Sepulchral Stalkers. Now, I'm a dirty Sepulchral Stalker and Ushabti Great Bow enjoyer, but I do enjoy seeing other things. For Harris, I liked the Greenskins build. It was fun. I know my clanmate Cool Umbrella and some of my other clanmates enjoy Orc Boarboy Biggins, and they have legitimate arguments for why they're good. I hate them. They constantly fail me, and I despise them with a burning passion. I fucking hate them. The trash. They're not actually trash. They've just disappointed me too many times. So, I get sad. It makes me sad. Oh, God! Oh, no, it's Hero Hammer. I'm not going to cast it. Dude, I'm not going to cast it. Can't make me. Old Omen versus Losaurus. Dwarves versus Chaos Dwarves. I do like seeing Dwarves bring cannons in this matchup. It's pretty huge. Especially if you're playing on Quick Battle. Maybe less now because Chaos Dwarves have been out for so long, but so many people are taking the Dreadquake Mortar and cannons just wreck it. So the Dwarves, 2 cannons, some Longbeards with great weapons, a couple Slayers, Ulthar's Raiders, mine just blasting charges on the front line with 2 Thunderers and more Slayers. Then we do, of course, have Thork Ironbrow and Double Thane. On the other side, we have Gorda's Backstabber. And then we have Goblin Laborers, Hobgoblin Cutthroats, and that is why you bring a cannon, ladies and gentlemen. The Deshric Rock Launcher is already at half HP. Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, 3 Hobgoblin Archers, 2 Bull Centaur Renders, the Blazing Beards of Bazrock, and of course, a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. But cannons, Dwarven cannons especially, will win most fights with single entity artillery. Soul Grinders, Deshric Rock Launchers, Dreadquake Mortars, Magma Cannons, Hell Cannons, Queen Bess. So in any matchup where you're worried about artillery, especially single entity artillery, Dwarven cannons are really, really good. Empire and Vampire Coast cannons suck ass, and Grand Cathay cannons are amazing, but like Dwarven cannons are just good. I don't think they're OP. I don't think they're underpowered. I think Dwarven cannons are well balanced. They just do a nice solid poke over the course of a game. I'm very concerned for the Chaos Dwarves, honestly. These Bull Centaur Renders are going to have to put the whole game on their back, and that's not something they're typically great at doing. They can kind of do it if you surround something large and beat it to death with them, but Dwarves, that's a tough ask. They charge onto Thunderers and get decent damage, but these other Thunderers are sighting them up right now. They're going to get some decent damage in. Blasting charges, pushing off all of the Goblin Laborers on the front line. And Cannons still taxing those Bull Centaur Renders for their time. Gorda's Backstabber dives in, desperate to get something done against these cannons, though now he's about to get run down by Slayers and a Thane. He'll have to be careful about how long he wants to stay here. Does have Lucky Get for a little bit of regeneration. And the Chaos Dwarf Archers are getting into range. Now, they have good targets on the Ulthar Raiders, and I guess the Miners. Maybe Longbeards because they don't have shields. The Thunderers are going to be a tall ask because they have those big shields. Overcast's Searing Doom does hit the Longbeards, and the Thunderers, though, does almost no damage. It did more Overcast damage to the Sorcerer Prophet of Metal than it did to the targets it was after. Gordo's Backstabber is pushed off. I think he hasn't got his lucky get healing yet, but even when he does, I think it's really underwhelming. So I'll leave you on his health bar, and you can watch the healing happen. As the Bull Centaur renders are destroyed, one Bull Centaur render is dead on the front line, the other one's dead on the sidelines now, so they're all pretty darn doomed. And Deathstreak Rocket Launcher is back, going to fire at the cannons once more. We'll see if the Dwarven cannons notice its existence. Gordo's actually did get away from the Thane, so he won't pop his pathetic heal just yet. Chaos Dwarf range is here. I mean, they're trying. Undercast Searing Doom should do a lot more damage than the Overcast we saw before, because it's clustered entirely on that Longbeard. There we go. That's better. The Dwarves have not suffered a lot of casualties, though, and that's my main problem. They're overall just chilling with what's happened. They've lost some Slayer health. They've lost some Thunderer health. I'm really surprised that the cannons haven't repurposed onto the Deathstreaker. Maybe they just haven't noticed that it's back in action yet. Plague of Rust is down onto this Thunderer, giving him only 50 armor and a bronze shield, making him actually a little bit vulnerable to these Fire Archers. The Fire Archers themselves are vulnerable to, dwarves walking up to them. They're not enjoying that whatsoever. Gordo's Backstabber does get his lucky get. He's healing. Oh boy, he's healing. Oh geez, he's healing tens of health. Deathstreak Rocket Launcher still firing. Now it's firing at Slayers, uncontested, as the cannons still trying to focus down the Sorcerer Prophet of Metal. They have 8 out of 8 models? Yes, they do. Despite the HP missing from one. Gordo's Backstabber's trying to get involved. Quick little Searing Doom out onto the Longbeards. More poke. But it's looking tough. Chaos Dwarf Lord lands on some miners and the Thane trying to get damage done. But he's going to get shot by cannons the whole time while he does so. Poking him down. He has no healing. Because the dwarves don't cast spells, so bringing that little thing that gives you heal every time your opponent casts a spell is worthless. Deathstreak Rocket Launcher poking down Thunderers, but it is appearing to be too little and too late for our friends the Chaos Dwarves. And their cousins from the old mountains prove victorious. That is a Plague of Rust on Slayers. I don't think he knew that those were Slayers. Slayers don't have armor, so Plague of Rust doesn't really take any armor off of them. Deathstreak Rocket Launcher still firing. But it's all over. It's all over but the crying at this point. Source Prophet's going to get shot in the bum here. Bum shot. I appreciate poking down the Sorcerer Prophet of Metal. I don't know why the cannons didn't just focus on the Deathstreakers earlier in the match. They probably should have done that. Overall, really good. Sorry, someone had a question about the tournament. They could have finished off the Deathstreaker and probably got army losses a little sooner, but overall, it's nitpicking. The Dwarves played that pretty darn good. For the Chaos Dwarves, it just felt like a bit of a build diff. I mean, Gordo's doesn't have anything to do. The Caster was fine. Chaos Dwarves were fine. Hobgoblins were okay. The Goblin Laborers there just eat blasting charges, but the Bull Centaurs and the Deathstreak Rocket Launcher were completely outclassed by the Dwarves, and that's where a lot of their money was, because that's 3,000 gold in the Bull Centaur renders, and that's like another 1,500 in the Deathstreak Rocket Launcher. So that's a third of their army that was outclassed, and if you add Gordo's to it, then they're a little doomed. I have 2 more replays. Huh, I was worried we were gonna run out of replays. Oh. Well, that was scary. That was scary. Wait, did he bring Volkmar? Hold on. Legend. All right, he didn't bring Volkmar for once, but he did bring the General of the Empire. Tlatoani? Dude, I don't know. Okay? I just don't. I'm doing my best. Tlatoni. T-Dog. T-Dog here usually brings Volkmar the Grim and no caster, and we gave him a bunch of shit for it last week or the week before, whenever he last played with us here. He's got a caster now, ladies and gentlemen. Itatsuki, how are you? I'm good. You have a new picture, Itatsuki. If you're the Itatsuki I think of. Knighthood and Toyovich? I don't know where Dr. Nerd is. Empire versus Vampire counts. A tale as old as time. A song as old as rhyme. Beauty and the Beast. This is one of the original grudge matches. Both these factions are present in Warhammer 1, and they're right next to each other on the campaign map. We do have 2 Dire Wolves, one of which is the Dire Pack. A single Mortis Engine, Skeleton Spearman, and Swordsman. 3 Graveguard. Double White King and Vlad von Karstein. Vlad also still has his Wind of Death. The White King still both have their Scab Scrape. Triple Crypt Horror. And that is it. Looks like the same build as Game 1. I do see this, not like every new player does it, but there's usually in a new player tournament at least one player that seems to have a set build that they've practiced a lot, maybe in Quick Battle, and they just take it and like try and play good. It's kind of the Black Knight style of playing, where he has this one high elf build that's pretty notorious. Anyway, on the other side, we have an Amethyst Wizard with Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness. 2 Outriders with Grenade Launchers for a bit of kiting. Front line of Spearmen, some Empire Knights, some Halberdiers. We do have the Silver Bullets, a General of the Empire on foot with Runefang and Stand Your Ground. No, he's on horseback, but still. Runefang and that. Then we have some Swordsmen and the Sunmaker. The Sunmaker's half out of ammo, but the Swordsmen do need to respond to the Dire Pack and the other Dire Wolves coming over, or it will be a bit of a hard time. Outriders, Grenade Launchers, plus the Sunmaker have done really good damage onto the Graveguard and a little bit of good poke on the Crypt Horrors, but the dogs snuck in. The Empire player did not see them coming, and the Sunmaker will be shut down. It got half of its value, so it's not a complete waste, but I mean, you never want to lose something like that. Amethyst Wizard should probably be spamming Spirit Leech on Vlad over the course of this game whenever he doesn't have the Von Karstein ring. Silver Bullets will try and kill the Mortis Engine, hopefully. It looks like they're kind of half-assedly shooting at it, but they do need orders to deal with it. The Outriders Grenade Launchers so far are doing very well, killing a zombie and pretty much an entire Graveguard in this time. But how well can the Silver Bullets be kept safe from the Wind of Death or the Scab Scrapes that we saw do so well in the last game versus Dark Elves? The last game between this Vampire Counts player, not the literal last game he cast. Empire Knights are diving back onto the Dire Pack and Dire Wolves. That is good, though maybe only send one of them back there instead of 2. Not trying to be a jerk, just offering some advice. So far, what the hell is that? Uh-oh. Miscast on the Wind of Death! Miscast on the Wind of Death! It goes off in the middle of nowhere. Could be a bug, could be just a mistake, but either way, Vlad is going to want that Wind of Death back. So for the Empire, the Grenade Launchers have been doing very well. Their Hellstorm Rocket Battery targeting was pretty good until it got shut down by dogs, and now their Empire Knights are killing off those dogs. That stuff's going well for the Empire. For the Vampire Counts, Vlad and the White King are being very disruptive. Their front line piling up is overall nice. Maybe a couple too many infantry on top of each other. And those are going to be some nasty grenade volleys as the Empire General is just holding them in place. Silver Bullets are now firing at point-blank range onto the Mortis Engine, getting really good damage down. What can the Counts do against such reckless grenades? Oh, the grenade launchers are firing at the Mortis Engine. They're not going to get too much damage done there. Yeah, they retarget onto the blob, which is a way better use of their time. So they're going to shred that blob down. Graveguard and zombies fighting the dust. Mortis Engine does get an indication of Heck trying to heal it up, and it is going to charge into the Silver Bullets, which is great. If the Silver Bullets get taken out, the Empire could have an actually difficult time finishing off that Mortis Engine. For real, for real. Oh, Tatsuki, I'm sorry to hear that. Tremor. Yeah, tremor. Sometimes that's how it is. Oh, the Kislev blob. Yeah. Wow, dude, look at all those super low Leadership bars. Holy crap. Alright, the Vampire Count's about to lose a lot of units over here. Dire Pack included, a lot of Crypt Horrors. We do have a healthy Graveguard, though the Outriders Grenade Launchers probably have something they're going to say about that soon. And can Vlad and the White Kings carry? The Mortis Engine's trying to, but some Empire Knights peeled it off for the Silver Bullets. Now the Silver Bullets are away and shooting into him. And there goes the Grenade Launcher volleys. Big damage. And the Sigmar Sons just accept their fate in this world. Empire Knights also took a bit of a shellacking there. Grenade Launchers, 10 and 7 more volleys, which they're plenty capable of doing. These guys have like 200 kills apiece, so they've been doing good work. Graveguard actually close to disintegrating territory. And the White Kings are still fighting it out. General of the Empire down to half HP. Grenades finished off the last of the infantry. Silver Bullets trying to kill the Mortis Engine, but some healing for it. It looks like we did have some Scab Scraths down the side of the Silver Bullets. Mortis Engine is clinging to life, doing what it can to help out Vlad before it goes. But the Invocation of Heck might not be enough to heal it up from the Spirit Leech and the poke from the Silver Bullets coming in, so that is the end of the Mortis Engine. And we have Hero Hammer left for the Vampire Counts, and then a half-health Crypt Horror, but the Grenade Launchers are actually going to kill off the Crypt Horrors. Holy crap. I guess they're weak to fire damage, and the Grenade Launchers apply some. That's not on their unit card anywhere. But I just noticed they have been doing fire damage this whole time. What? That's weird. Anyway, that fire damage does a little bit extra versus the Crypt Horrors, but it will also kill off your own guys. And this does mean the Outriders are quickly going to become obsolete, as the Vampire Counts didn't bring summons either, so it's not like you can just wait for zombies to show up and then nuke them. The Outriders have done their job. Can the Silver Bullets, the Deathcaster, and the General of the Empire now do theirs? The Spirit Leech is out for the White Kings. And Vlad's heal cap is within sight. The Spirit Leech should probably be focused onto him, especially with his heal cap in sight. Because if you spread out the healing, then he'll just heal up the White Kings and they'll be fine. Grenade Launchers are trying to kill Vlad. They are doing tens of damage on him as he runs around. And the General Empire is running around. Silver Bullets trying to shoot at Vlad, but it is no good. And then the Outriders going to do a little bit of friendly fire damage here, as the Scab Scraths also come through and hit a lot of state troops, which could be problematic. The Silver Bullets, soon their time will come when all these state troops run away from Vlad, that they'll actually get a real volley off. Can the General of the Empire buy them any time? Vlad does have 15% missile resist. Okay, it's not a lot. Grenade Launcher's going to try and get a point-blank shot onto him and his crew. And they're close enough range they're actually getting decent hits. They're poking these guys down. Good patience from the Empire player here. I like not running everything in at the same time. Another Spirit Leech onto the White Kings. And Vlad is down to 4,000 HP and falling. Grenade Launchers still killing their own Spearmen, though. That is definitely a mistake. Overall, it's been a pretty good game, especially the patience with the Silver Bullets not to get them into any trouble. Spearmen are going to block the Silver Bullets from shooting. It looks like they're actually going to try and fall back now and give those Silver Bullets a bit of time, though. This is what spreading out the damage is going to do, unfortunately, as the White King gets an Invocation of Heck. Amethyst Wizard needs to back off from this duel that he can't win. But I suppose his health isn't really that important, so I wonder if he's just trying to hold these guys in place so the Silver Bullets can maybe shoot, but they're obstructed by their Spearmen who are standing in their way. Now Empire Knights and Spearmen charge in. The Silver Bullets still can't see anything. The Amethyst Wizard will come back in a bit, and he can start Spirit Leeching some more stuff. Times 2 speed for a second as the General Empire charges in. Gets a really good hit with Stand Your Ground pop for all of his Spearmen friends. And he's actually kicking that White King's ass, as the Scab Scrath does finish off the Silver Bullets, but another Spirit Leech onto Vlad is getting him nice and low. The White King's also getting danger low. Looks like the Amethyst Wizard charges back in. General of the Empire is waiting, it looks like, for his cooldowns to come back up. And there's a big Wind of Deathcast from Vlad, which means there won't be a lot of Winds of Magic for more Invocations of Nehek. Not that they're really that needed, I suppose. Spirit Leech onto Vlad, takes him down a little bit lower. Outriders continue to kite it out. One of the White Kings starts crumbling at last. General of the Empire jumps in to try and finish off Vlad. But he can't quite do it, and he does fall back. Now the Outriders are being used as melee cav. One of the White Kings has faded away. Only 1,000 HP left on Vlad. I wonder how many Spirit Leeches are left in this game. If he has at least one, maybe two, he's won it. But if he is out of Winds of Magic, this actually could get a little scary. Vlad's going to hold on, but the balance of power shifting against them. Can army losses be the best friend of the Empire? As Vlad falls to 700 HP, but they keep routing off more stuff. Vlad's trying to hold. Generally, the Empire's charging back in. If he has his buffs and he gets one good shot on Vlad, this game's over. Actually, army losses just hits now, but yeah, he gets a good shot on Vlad, so I think it would have been over regardless. 400 HP is not enough for Vlad to win the whole game. And the Empire wins it. Spirit Leech Caster, Hellstorm Rocket Battery both did fine. Generally, the Empire actually didn't do terribly. So good for him, good for him. Silver Bullets did amazing value. Same with the grenade launchers. The ranged units of the Empire really did carry this matchup. The state troops just provided the support that they needed. For Forex, Vlad did all right. Both White Kings did very well. Graveguard really got destroyed by those grenade launchers. Dogs got good value. So did the Mortis Engine, but yeah, any of the infantry just got murdered by the grenade launchers. Chad. We have Galroch, the person I predicted to win the tournament. This is his first game of the day, I think, because he had a bye round 1. And if you care about the tournament, we are done with round 2. So everybody's on round 3 right now, out of 4. Anyway, Galroch versus Lamfada. I think this is the first game of Lamfada I cast. Possibly. As I run over my microphone cord. What do we have here? For the forces of Tzeentch, first Tzeentch of the night. 2 Chaos Furies, 2 Screamers, one of which is a Screaming Skyrays. We do have a Cold Hellbrass, and then a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch with pink and blue fire and his Chaos Spawn Summon. Marauders of Tzeentch, Blue Horrors. Ooh, just the Chromatic Abominations Blue Horrors. 2 Chaos Warriors, 2 Marauders of Spears, and the Severed Claw, Aspiring Champions, Regiment of Renown. On the other side, for the Dark Elves, we have some Dark Riders and Coldland Knights. Shades and Dark Shards. 2 of each. Blackguard Corsairs and Bleak Swords. We have Malice, Darkblade, and a Death... Shadows Caster. Melcloths and Pit of Shades for a bit of crowd clear. First blue fire of the game is out. It's aimed at the Sorceress of Shadows. It's a hit. Does a good bit of damage to her. Marauders charge in. Gonna get in with these Blackguard Corsairs. Blackguard Corsairs should be winning that overall. And now some Dark Shards are getting to fire at the Chromatic Abominations. Once they get rid of those shields, that'll be pretty great for them. This could be concerning. I guess we do have Dark Elf Cav nearby that can charge in. And these demonic units are very squishy to Cav charges. Cold Knights trying to get involved. The Shrieking Skyrays do intercept them. Dark Riders will be able to get here in time, however. I think the Shades might be just toast. We'll see who this trade ends up favoring, though. The Shrieking Skyrays are getting to half HP. Their leadership is falling. Pink Fire goes down the line of the Dark Shards. I think it was undercast, because if it was overcast, it usually does a lot more damage than that. Shades are routed off. Now we'll see if the Furies can get away, as Dark Riders are trying to chase them down. And Melkoth specifying Miasma will finish off the Shrieking Skyrays, get them to Demonic Instability Crumble. The ranged pressure plus some Bleak Swords is maybe going to get rid of these Chromatic Abominations, as the Marauder front line is faltering. Chaos Warriors have already had to step up into the breach and fill the gap. Furies and the Chaos Spawn Summon have moved on. Looks like a Dark Shard and a Shade and a Dark Rider are all shut down as a Pit of Shades comes down onto the Screamers that are attacking the Coldland Knights. Sacrifice the Coldland Knights, but really trying to kill off these Shrieking Skyrays who just will not quit. You know, the Screamer is full HP, so this fight went better for Tzeentch than I thought on the low ground. What is not going well for Tzeentch at all is Malice getting onto the Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch. That guy is down to half HP and falling. Dark Shard's still up, and we do have 2 Cav pieces left alive on the high ground as Shades try and fire at the Severed Claw. And these Dark Shards are trying to kill off the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, but there goes the Chaos Furies' pathetic leadership. One of them Demonic Instability Crumbles, and the other one, because his friend's doing it, thinks it's also really cool and decides to Demonic Instability Crumble. Shrieking Skyrays looks like they also took a one-way ticket to Disintegration Town. The Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch looks like he'll escape. He'll be fine. He should rally. Oh, there's Cold One Knights after him. Alright, he rallies anyway. I think he was just terror routing. It's hard to tell. But he's back, and with some Screamer support and a bit of pink fire, he might survive the night. Now, Chaos Spawn Summon is going to go away any second here. There it is. Blue Fire Snipe out onto the Sorceress of Shadows, trying to take her down. But Tzeentch might be running out of juice here. Still have a Dark Shard. Where's the Shade? There's the Shade. Shade's fighting the Severed Claw, so I don't know how long that Shade will be online. But we still have one Dark Shard able to help out. Oh, they take a big chunk off the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch, so he might die soon. Aecold's healthy, but Malice should be able to take care of him in the late game. And this Shade up on the high ground is fighting the Severed Claw. And they're doing good work of it overall. Firing at point-blank range into these unshielded guys is doing good damage. Sorceress of Shadows is back. And a Bolt of Change is actually going to get used on the Dark Shards instead of the Sorceress of Shadows trying to finish her off. A little surprised about that. Does do good damage, though. Hard to complain with the results. Screamers are trying to fight Malice for all they're worth. They're getting shot in the back currently by the Shades who have rallied. So they might get Demonic Stability crumbling soon, especially with the Demon's Curse lowering their leadership by 10. Oof, that is brutal. I don't know what left here could kill Malice and then Tzeentch back to back. That might be a bit too much to ask. Another Blue Fire is out. It is onto the Sorceress. Does hit her, but a Pit of Shades is out before she dies. Chaos Warriors taking big damage from it. Black Corsairs do opt into the damage a little bit themselves. That is looking like all done for a Dark Elf win. Severed Claw still barely alive. Sorcerer Lord barely alive. And then it's Aecold versus the world. Times 2 speed briefly, as I suppose the end is near. Lord is dead. Everybody else is routing, and army losses will take Aecold. Just the cold grave. I have three messages. Way. Okay, it's just people sending me replays. Cool. For Galrach, well handled. Shades did good. Black Corsairs did good. Dark Shards overall pretty darn well. Mouse did good. For Lamfada, his Screamers did a lot of work. His Furies also did more than I would have expected. The Severed Claw and Aecold just struggled to find a fight. That's mainly their problem. That's the problem with Foot Squad. It's very strong if you have to go into it, but if you don't, you can just kill everything else on the map and finish them off later. Or let army losses do it for you. Misclick. Okay. Tremors versus Lowry. Oh god, what is that? What is a monstrosity? Damn, dude. Alright, let's get on with it. People are entering round 4. Here we have Harris versus Twiz. Greenskins versus Chaos Dwarfs. All right. Sorry, someone had a tournament question for me. What are we doing here? Why do I have a ping? All right. For the Chaos Dwarves, we have a Demonsmith Sorcerer of Fire up on his mount, which means that's not his lord. Oh god, his lord is Zaaton. Okay, we'll get to that, Deathstreaker Rock Launcher, 1 Kadai Fireborn, some Chaos Dwarf Warriors, an Infernal Guard with great weapons. Infernal Guard with great weapons, you never see that. The Granite Guard, Zaaton the Black, and then 3 Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. On the other side for the Greenskins, we have the Broken Tusk Mob, flanking Nasty Skulkers. Nasty Skulkers. And then some Orc Boar Boy Biggins, Orc Boys, and Goblins across the front line. We do have the Rusty Arrows, the Crimson Killas, Black Orcs, and then Grimgore Ironhide, and an Orc Shaman with Here We Go and Fists of Gork. That is a nasty blast and charge throw from the Blazing Beards of Basrock. Gonna shatter those goblins flat out. And then take a sizable chunk off the Orc Boys. Okay, Blazing Beards, calm the fuck down. Deathstreaker Rock Launcher still firing into the Black Orcs. Hopefully it's using a scatter shot. It is. And still misses. Damn you, Deathstreaker. Demonsmith Sorcerer and the Kadai Fireborn are going to have to get involved here pretty soon, as their front line will not last long, especially those Goblin Laborers. Orc Boar begins trying to get set up. And the Granite Guard are firing downhill with very cool looking shots, though currently not doing a ton of damage, but they'll get there. Don't know if they'll have time to get there. This Deathstreaker Rock Launcher is going to get surrounded by Broken Tusk Mob, and the Nasty Skulkers are charging in. Sundered armor on the Infernal Guard, but also the Wah and Nasty Skulkers, who already have really good armor-piercing damage, should do really good work on those Infernal Guard. Holy crap. They're massacring those guys. Infernal Guard are like 1,200 gold? The Great Woods variant? Oh, but the Blunderbuss side shot is doing a ton of damage back to him, though the Deathstreaker Rock Launcher did get killed off. These Dwarf Warriors' great weapons are also having a bad time. Grimgore is chilling in the middle with Get Back Here and Stand Your Ground, giving all the leadership he can to the Orc Boys to keep him in the fight. Rusty Arrow is still fighting, and Black Orcs are here to get a bit of damage down, but the Granite Guard up on that hilltop are not fucking around. Yeah, they're here to play, you guys. Someone go get them. Someone go get them, please. Zaaton's running around, still has his nets, both of them. I wonder what he's going to use them on. Might have to use them on the Broken Tusk Mob if the Granite Guard is going to stay online. But we'll have to see as everybody's piling into Zaaton. The Crimson Killers are also here. I do think the Granite Guard are living on borrowed time, unfortunately for them. Kadai Fireborn and the Hobgoblin Wolf Riders in the front line have knocked out the Rusty Arrows and those Orc Boys. Grimgore abandoned that fight, decided he didn't want it anymore. The Granite Guard are now firing at the Broken Tusk Mob? No, now they're shooting at the Crimson Killers, who are going to try and get stopped by the Demonsmith Sorcerer. Oh, it's going to be a point-blank shot. Oh, they're getting Gatling gunned down! Someone save them! As everybody piles onto Zaaton and onto the Demonsmith Sorcerer, the Granite Guard are just living their best lives, firing into all of these orcs. But there go the Crimson Killers charging uphill. They're tired of it. They're going to kill off the Granite Guard, who are still firing, still massacring everything that they touch. Oh, it's just a disaster. Here come the Broken Tusk Mob. Finally, everything the Greenskins have is being thrown at the Granite Guard to get rid of them. Kadai Fireborn and these Chaos Dwarf Warriors in the backfield are still cleaning up some stuff. And the Chaos Dwarf's actually slightly ahead on the balance of power. Sadistic Snare is onto Grimgore, though it looks like there will not be a lot of follow-up as Zaaton's trying to fall back. The Granite Guard are currently saturated down with all of these big Orc Boys. And we'll see if the Chaos Dwarves can hold. Greenskins should have some lads coming back. Yeah, here we have Orc Boar Boy Biggins that can rejoin the fight. The Granite Guard are not taking a lot of damage, though. There's the second and final wall. Burning Head down the line to probably mostly decrease the leadership of the Greenskins and try and get them to rout rather than actually dealing damage. Because all the targets they hit really don't take that much damage from these sorts of things. And then it curves through some Orc Boys, and that's a little bit better. Granite Guard throw guard mode on and just start firing at Grimgore, trying to take him down a peg. Now they might shoot Zaaton as they shoot at Grimgore, so that's a bit of a problem. They are still getting cleaved by the Crimson Killers while they try and ignore it. Kadai Fireborn rejoining the fight. Do the Greenskins still have enough left in the tank to kill off the Fireborn and Zaaton and the Demonsmith Sorcerer? Sorry, the Demons... Yeah, he is the Demonsmith Sorcerer. I don't have to say sorry for shit. I was right for once. Grimgore pops Bloodforged Armor, Foe Seeker, and Gitsnick. He is buffed on stats, and he is getting Zaaton. He doesn't give a single shit. He is wrecking that clown. All of a sudden, Chaos Dwarf's leadership is faltering. Zatan takes a ton of damage. Grimoire just does not let go. He is pissed off. 30 HP on Zatan. Beastmen Sorcerer trying to cling to life, but there goes Zatan, which means the leadership of the Chaos Dwarfs will tank. Chaos Dwarf Warriors are going to get going. When they get going, the Beastmen Sorcerer will probably get going, and the Canite Fireborn are literally unbreakable until they take enough damage. So they won't get routed, but man, everything else will. Army losses hits, and once again, the Canite Fireborn will continue to battle until they take enough HP. They crumble. So GG. Grimgore actually did very well. Orc Borbobiggins did fine. Nasty Skulkers, wow, didn't pay for themselves. Seriously, I thought they got good engagements. Damn you, Nasty Skulkers. Damn you. For 2 Wiz, Zatan was around. He was tanking it out like a champ. Destrick Rock Launch didn't do much. His Demons of Sorcerer did okay. Infernal Guard did okay. Kadai Fireborn did okay. The Granite Guard were amazing. The Infernal Guard actually did pretty poorly. And that's about that. GG. Oh, I love the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses, man. They make me so happy. Okay, that's the game I just cast. I got mixed up. So we have Tremor versus Aya. Tomb Kings versus the Chaos Dwarfs. Okay. I gotta check back in on the tournament quick.
So be it.
Them plus the net can pop an Unaware Lord. Which is going for at least. Oh, yeah. I wish the net had a longer range. That's really my big thing. Okay. Tomb Kings. They made a box. They did a boxy box. We have a Screaming Skull Catapult, 2 Shop Great Bows, 2 Sprockle Stalkers, and then a bunch of Skeleton Warriors and Tomb Guard with Halberds. We do have a Carrion for a little bit of chasing. On the other side for the Chaos Dwarves, we have Chaos Dwarf Warriors and Goblin Laborers across the front line. Do have some Blunderbusses and some Infernal Guard Fireglaves. A couple Archers. We do have an Infernal Castellan. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Infernal Castellan. Why? I don't know why. Sorcerer Prophet of Fire with Burning Head. That's all he really needs, and that is it. It is a Chorf Infantry and ranged push. Why the Infernal Castellan? Because I think that Dig In only affects him. I don't think it helps anybody else. Weird. Chaos Dwarf's going to take a bunch of punishment on the advance. That is typical. If those Fireglaves can get in range of the Ushabti Great Bows, they'll have a grand old time firing back at them. But for now, it's brutal. They're already down to half HP. Scatter Shot, missing a bit of them though. That's a rare blessing for the Chaos Dwarves here. And hopefully their range doesn't waste any time on the front line. They should just focus on the back line entirely. Front line is inconsequential. You have Burning Head, plus you brought so many melee troops. And a Burning Head should go down, probably down this angle, so it can hit 2 Skeleton Warriors. But you want to get through that front line as fast as possible. The Fireglaves are here, and they're shooting at the Sprockle Stalkers. Not going to bother shooting all the way over to the Ushabti Great Bows, it looks like. And the Archers are in range. It looks like they should be shooting at Catapults. They're going to fire at Arc in the Black for now, but they should retool their fire onto the Catapults. And a Burning Head on the back line of Tomb Guard, while it might do damage to the Tomb Guard, and the Tomb Guard are more expensive, it's more important for you to get through the front line quickly right now and put the enemy on the back foot than it is to actually like damage the Tomb Guard, would be my opinion. But the Chaos Dwarves are getting some good shots out. I mean, their Blunderbusses are in range and doing really good work on the Sprockle Stalkers. Yeah, look at them go. They're living their best life. Sorcerer Prophet of Fire taking a lot of damage. His heal is currently proccing, but he's still getting kind of massacred. Though it does appear to be a bit of a Hail Mary from the Tomb Kings. Because if they don't finish him off, then they're going to have lost both their Sepulchral Stalkers, and this guy will still be alive. And then next time Arkin tries to Spirit Leech him, they'll just heal it up. Skeleton Warrior Summon is going after the range, pushing them back. The Infernal Castellan is firing at something. I don't really know what, to be honest. One Sepulchral Stalker is gone. A second one might be going that way too, though. Another Spirit Leech cast on the Sword Prophet of Fire, and he was not... His cooldown is not done yet for that healing, so he's going to rout and take some serious damage. Chaos Dwarf still churning through that front line. Castellan is doing stuff. He's cooking. He's cooking with gas. Sorcerer Prophet might shatter. He's taking an awful lot of damage. The Skeleton Warriors still try and chase down these guys, but the Blunderbusses have gotten in range of these Shopti Greatbows, and they're making them pay. Oh, they'll make them pay. Chosen of the Gods almost out of ammo. Eyes of the Desert running low on HP. These Infernal Guard might want to just shoot at the Sepulchral Stalkers that are right next to them. Ushapti Summon is out onto the healthy Blunderbuss. And the Infernal Guard barely cling to their lives as Skeleton... Not Skeleton. Why did I think you were Skeletons? You're Hobgoblin Archers. Of course you are. Hobgoblin Archers trying to help finish off that Ushapti, and they did it, but they need to stop that Screaming Skull Catapult. That needs to be their next target. So these guys should shoot at the almost dead Eyes of the Desert. These archers need to fire at the catapult, and then the blunderbusses need to run away from the Ushapti as best they can, but after that, they can focus down the Chosen of the Gods or something, but someone's got to stop that catapult, man. Its leadership debuff, plus its armor, is being really annoying. Sorcerer Prophet Fire did get a heal from Arkin's Spirit Leech. He is back, and better than ever. We'll see what he can do against the Sepulchral Stalkers, or if he can get back in range for a Burning Head or something. And there, the archers are at last firing the Scream Skull Catapults, though it might be too late. These guys have taken a lot of damage, and there are Carrion and Ushapti pushing them off. Same with the Blunderbusses. But Chaos Dwarf Warriors are here to save the day. They'll shut down that catapult, no problem. Lickety-split. Chosen the Gods, one volley left, so they're just going to become a half-assed melee Ushapti soon, but they are getting shot by the Infernal Guard. Some Goblin Laborers are going to try and stop the Sepulchral Stalkers. Sorcerer Prophet Fire is coming back. There's a Fate of Buna onto the Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Can the Tomb Kings stop all of these Chaos Dwarves? Balance Power is about to get a lot worse for the Tomb Kings. When this Ushapti fades and then the Screaming Skull Catapult dies, that'll be a lot more favorable for the Chaos Dwarves. At this point, the Sepulchral Stalker is just going to run off that Blunderbuss. Nothing they can do about it. And there's a big Burning Head down the line. Hits two different skeletons, including Tomb Guard. And Arkin shatters off something. Blunderbusses in the distance are going to rally. We have more Goblin Laborers returning to the fight. But someone has to take out those Carrion that are chasing off everything. There goes the Screaming Skull Catapult. Chosen of the Gods still getting whittled down. What can man do against such a reckless Chaos Dwarf? Balance Power is getting better. Like I said, because I know things. Because I am a big smarty pants. Infernal Castellan triggering Crumbling on the Chosen of the Gods by just poking away at him. He's got 700 value. I don't know how much he costs, but maybe it's worth it. He's now poking down Arkin. There is no more healing for the Tomb Kings, as their army abilities are all used up, and Arkin is not a healing caster. Tomb Guard are going to chase down the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. Maybe he can use a Burning Head on them as he's running away or something. I don't know. That could be worth his time. Infernal Castellan still trying to poke down Arkin. And the Sepulchral Stalkers in the distance actually did just crumble away. I find that very surprising, but I guess they did. Chaos Dwarf Blunderbuss is getting rear shots onto these Tomb Guard with Halberds, doing a little bit of friendly fire, but overall it is very much a net positive for our Chaos Dwarf friends. Carrion are not going to chase off the Hobgoblin Archers, which will allow them to rally, but they're also going a little bit AFK in front of these last Infernal Guard. Meanwhile, a Skeleton Warrior Summon is on top of the Infernal Guard as Arkin helps Tomb Guard get rid of the rest. Big Burning Head went down the Tomb Guard with Halberds like we suspected, and they're now crumbling as the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire continues to run away. Chaos Dwarfs have taken control of this game after a rough start. Tenacity does bear fruit. Infernal Castellan is now trying to run away from Arkin and his Tomb Guard compatriots. Infernal Guard has shattered while under attack from Skeleton Warriors, and I think this other Infernal Guard is also about to shatter as the Carrion catch up to them. A Spirit Leech on the Infernal Castellan, so the Tomb Kings are swinging back into this game. I don't know what they do about this Blunderbuss. Maybe if the Carrion were nearby, they could dive it. If not, Arkin might need a Fate of Buna, because we can't let that Blunderbuss kill his last healthy Tomb Guard that's with him. So the other Tomb Guard is just about dead, as it chases around the source of Prophet Fire. That summon is fake, and the Carrion has shattered off another Infernal Guard. It's coming back, and it is immediately targeting onto the Blunderbuss, which is good. Good use of its time. Castellan gets slapped by Arkan and the Tomb Guard as the Chaos Dwarfs pile in onto this halberd. Can they hold? Carrion diving onto the Blunderbusses. Some Chaos Dwarves and maybe the Infernal Castellan are going to come back here and say hello. Arkan using his Staff and a Gash to get a little bit more Winds of Magic, but also really focusing on getting more skeleton summons, it seems. Oh no, that might be a game decider. A big burning head. It looks like it might have been Overcast too. Goes down the Tomb Guard, doing a lot of damage to them. And a Spirit Leech from Arkan just ends up healing the Sorcerer Prophet. Okay, he is taking a net damage from the Spirit Leech, but overall took very little in the end. Arkan might have to run out and deal with him himself as Carrion attempt to fight, but the Blunderbusses got free. And this is Arkan's last hope. He needs to kill that Sorcerer Prophet of Fire if he's going to have any chance. But the Blunderbusses are ripping shots over the heads, trying to get to those Tomb Guard. Arkan charges in. He misses his first attack onto the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. He hits the second one and might get that guy routing as everybody from the Chaos Dwarves is turning towards Arkan. They have words. The Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses are especially going to get in here and get some good work done. If Arkan has another Spirit Leech for this guy, while his healing's on cooldown, that would be huge. But the Blunderbusses are going to get rear shots into him, which is pretty brutal. The Carrion... Okay, Carrion are going to get lit up by the Blunderbusses, but this might be a blessing in disguise because Arkan was actually about to take all that damage. Arkan does kill off the enemy lord and pops a skeleton summon. This is his moment to try and make his way back into the game as the Carrion attempt to rout the Infernal Castellan. All of the Chaos Dwarf's Goblin units are starting to rout. Maybe some of the Chaos Dwarf warriors will go with them, but those Blunderbusses are free and clear. They finish off the Carrion despite the routing Infernal Castellan. There's the Spirit Leech onto the Blunderbusses. Is it enough of a leadership tank to get rid of them as the Tomb Guard continue to chase some stuff? But the Chaos Dwarves are sturdy. They're still dwarves after all, and they're chilling. They're chilling. How much does Arkan have left of the tank? A lot of stuff is shattering. Skeleton Summon is really the only thing left on the field to help Arkan out as the Tomb Guard are going to fade away any second here. Blunderbuss is coming back to the fight. The Infernal Castellan is poking from very far away. We'll see if any shots come in from either side. If the Blunderbusses fire, they'll probably finish off their own Chaos Dwarf Warrior leadership. That hasn't been feeling the best. I think the Tomb Kings are doomed. Once the Skeleton Summon fades, Arkan will be 2 alone, and he's even maybe about to take a nasty volley from the Blunderbusses, and all that damage is really going to stick, but there's another Spirit Leech onto the Blunderbusses. Maybe Arkan's last chance to stay in this game. Skeleton Summon, 8 seconds left, 7 seconds, it is falling apart. Blunderbuss will rout, but with the Castellan and some archers in the distance, there's still ranged pressure to go, and Arkan is a while from his next summon. There's the Staff and the Gash, so he tries to get a little bit more back. He only has 1 use of the summon left. Another Spirit Leech is out on the Chaos Dwarf Warriors. So he apparently had a lot of Winds of Magic in this late game. He's getting poked down. With using the Staff and the Gash, plus being in melee combat for this long, I actually wonder how far out his next Skeleton Summon is. I'm going to play it at ×2 for a little bit, as all the Chaos Dwarfs try to run away to open him up to shots from the Castellan and the Blunderbusses. He is going to charge at some other Chaos Dwarves. He's trying to rout them, trying to get to safety. There's the Skeleton Summon. Is it in time? He charges it at the Blunderbusses while he himself fights some Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, uses a Spirit Leech on some of them to get a little bit more damage out, but the Skeletons are peeled off by Goblin Laborers. Arkan is starting to crumble. No, he manages to rally. He's going to rear charge some Goblin Laborers, maybe get rid of them. Get them to rout, but I don't think he has... Oh, yeah, that's it. Army losses. I don't think he had what was left to kill off those Chaos Dwarf Warriors, man. GG. GG. Okay. For Tremor, Arkan did great. Ushop to Great Bows both did pretty well. Sparkle Stalkers got lit up. Tomb Guard did okay. Screamers Catapult did amazing. Skeleton Warriors did fine. And aside for Ayah, Infernal Guard and Fireglaves did okay. His Blunderbusses overall did good. Infernal Castellan overall did quite good too. Chaos Dwarves actually carried the matchup for once in their lives. That's about it. GG, brothers. GG. Okay. Old Omen. One second. Okay. I gotta do some tournament stuff, so give me 1 second here. Durthu. Okay. Then at this point, I don't think it matters. Hang on. Oh, Rhino might. Rhino might! Okay. So in the tourney, if you care, come with me. We have a problem. So Old Omen won all 4. There's a misreporting here. Old Omen won all 4. Durthu won his 3 and he got a bye round. So we have 2 perfect players so far. But here's the problem. Rhino Hunt might also get a perfect. Let's see if anybody else did. Foryx. Nope. Ascendant Monkey. Nope. Losaurus. Nope. Muzi. Nope. Yeah, okay. So if Rhino Hunt wins his last game, we'll have 3 people who never lost. If he doesn't, then there's no need for any of that, and I could just have Galroch and Old Omen fight to decide it. Because then it's just 2 perfect runs that we have to deal with. So the fate of the post-Swiss tournament depends on Rhino Hunt v. Harris. We've watched a lot of Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts. Oh god, that's all there is. It's all Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts. I haven't seen a Stittler game yet. I'll watch that. I'll watch the shit out of that. Sparer and Harris. You played? Oh, I just got the replay. Hold on. This one's for the people. Okay, cool. Sorry. Very important tournament thing came up, so I actually just have to resolve this. 1 second. One second. Old Omen. Y'all all had a perfect run. How are your internet connections? Alright, we'll see what they say about that. Anyway, on to this. What are we doing here? Tomb Kings versus VC. What's the gold limit? 12,400. Okay, Tomb Kings versus VC. For the Tomb Kings, we have 2 skeleton horse archers, 2 skeleton chariots, Kepler Guard, triple melee Ushapti, chosen of the gods, Ushapti great bows, and then some skeleton spearmen, Khalida, and a Lich Priest of Nahakara. What if I was doing 3v3? Still 12,400, I think. On the other side, for the Vampire Counts of Stittler, we have 4 Vargeists, 2 Cryptors, Vlad again, but this is a different player that's taking Vlad, so it's always Vlad. A White King, a Necromancer with the Strokey Stroke Rod, a Blood Knight, and then some Skeletons and Zombies. Cryptors getting shot in the tuchus. There's some Skeleton Chariots try and roll through zombies. Do a bit of damage. And Vlad is up here rolling dirty. Now, the only thing in this whole build that can deal with Vlad is the Kepler Guard. Yeah, because there's no Sepulchral Stalkers, so it's just the Kepler Guard that can hurt Vlad in any meaningful way. I guess they have Khalida, and I'm not used to thinking about that for the Tomb Kings. There's a Wind of Death from Vlad. Holy shit, a lot of Wind of Death this tournament. From different players, too. This is Stittler. This is not, I believe it was Lamfada? Someone else was taking a bunch of Vampire Counts earlier, and I don't think it was Stittler. I mean, he might have too, but we were watching someone else take Vlad, and that. This is weird. This is a weird day to be alive. Chosen of the Gods still using their ammo on these Vargeists, doing good damage over there. Meanwhile, Cryptor is getting a fight with Skeleton Chariots, and you'd think the Cryptors could win that. I suppose they've probably taken damage from ranged or something, because I refuse to believe the Skeleton Chariots popped Cryptors like that. That doesn't seem right. Mysterious Incantation of Vengeance is on to Vargeists, who are surrounded by Ushapti and Ushapti Great Bows and the Kepler Guard, and they're getting melted. Oh my goodness. That is a bad time for them. So the Tomb Kings are getting some good work done in certain areas, though I am worried, because they are very much outclassed in the mobility department. We have Blood Knights, we have Vargeists and stuff, so I do wonder how long they can keep the back line safe. Losora sent me something versus Tremors. Okay, cool. Vargeists running around, getting kited by skeleton horse archers. And the Necromancer is under attack. Balance power is about dead even right now. I would tend to agree. But I think honestly the Tomb Kings are getting a little bit the better of this. For now. Vargeist's fighting it out. Necromancer's fighting it out. This is too many ranged units blobbed up. This is 100% too many ranged units blobbed up. I wonder if he got them together so he could use an overcast invocation to heck and hit everything. But I don't know. Because now he's surrounded. He's getting shot by all these archers and stuff. And the Vampire Counts really do need to be prioritizing much more shutting down the ranged units. They seem to be just happy to take any frontline fight. But currently you have Vargeist fighting Spearmen over here, which is going very poorly for them, and the Ushapti Summon, to be fair, while they're getting shot by Ushapti Great Bows. We have other Cryptors over here just fighting Skeleton Spears and whatnot, so I would like for the Vampire Counts to be a little more choosy with what matchups they're getting, as these Vargeists just get picked off. The other Vargeists trying to hunger their way through their problems, but man, those Skeleton Spears are poking them down. Chosen Gods running out of ammunition. Vlad will still be a problem, though. It is not all doom and gloom for the side of the Vampire Counts. They have Vlad, who's very healthy, a White King that's fine, Chosen Gods running out of ammo. They still have some Blood Knights. So if the Blood Knights can kill these Skeleton Chariots and then, like, rock out, get over here, somewhere where Vlad can heal them up, get away from these Skeleton Spears, they'll be okay. Ushapti are fading away. The summon for the Ushapti is also gone. And a lot of the infantry for the Tomb Kings is dead. It's one Skeleton Spear and a Kepler Guard. That's really it. Chariots are next to dead. And Blood Knights will get a free charge onto some Skeleton Horse Archers, and Skeleton Horse Archers without ammunition. They're just trying to join the fight. They're trying to help out however they can. Chose the Gods of Chapter Great Bows, 6 ammunition left and fighting it out. basic Ushabti stuck fighting the hero core of Vlad and the White King. I guess Necromancer too, but no one cares about the Necromancer. Not even the Necromancer cares about the Necromancer. As Blood Knights are shredding the Skeleton Horse Archers. But speaking of shredding, Ushabti Rapos finally turn their attention onto those Blood Knights and are doing really good damage to them as their heal cap approaches. Blood Knights do get an invocation hack to try and tank through it, but the Chosen of the Gods still have 5 volleys left, which is going to hurt a lot for those Blood Knights. We have some Cryptors and Skeleton Spears coming. Vampire Counts take a lead on the balance of power as the Skeleton Horsemen have used all of their ammunition across the board. Chosen of the Gods also running low on ammo, and that is really hurting the balance of power for the Tomb Kings. Skeleton Chariots trying to cycle charge through Skeleton Spears. Skeleton on Skeleton Violence, and they do okay damage on the charge, though not a ton. Necromancer is getting whittled down by these Ushabti Great Bows. Eek. Eek, says I. Eek, says the boy of hummus. Alright. Usarian's Incantation of Vengeance plus the Ushabti Great Bows shooting them down. Really focusing out the Blood Knights. Doesn't want them to exist anymore. And Kalita uses her Venom Staff on the Cryptors, actually getting decent damage down, as the Skeleton Chariots are not crumbling just yet, and the Chosen of the Gods are officially out of ammunition, but the Blood Knights are gone. Necromancer is slowly crumbling. Okay. Figuring out final stuff. Necromancer gonna fight it out as zombies continue to do good work, though that is a summon. It'll fade away. Cryptor is gonna fight with Skeleton Horse Archers and Kalita. They will eventually die. And Skeleton Chariots, 3 out of 12 models. Gonna get ground down here. Alright. I was wondering if the players maybe wanted to do a free-for-all, but they're not sure on their internet, and one of them has to AFK for a little bit, so we're just going to do normal stuff. So, Old Omen will fight Galroch, and then Rhino is waiting in the finals. I had to decide someone to just go straight to finals, because there's only 3 of them that tied. And, yeah, they all got a perfect score, so it's not like anybody's actually, you know, advantaged or something. Kepragard get ground down by zombies and Vlad. Kalita's gonna have to do a little bit of cycle charging. Vlad, how many zombie summons do you have left? 4? Okay. So they're gonna have chaff for as long as this game persists. Do have a Lich Priest of Nakara. I wonder if he even has any Winds of Magic left to cast Jaff's Incantation of Cursed Blades. Skeleton Horse Archers also have nothing left to do. They could maybe recharge some zombies, but not like it's really gonna matter. Kalita does have Tomb Strike popped, and she's helping fight with the Kepler Guard. They're trying their best to stay on top of these things. Scab Scray still has 1 charge left, though, and that could be the death of the Kepler Guard. It does do fire damage, which they're weak to. Yep, there goes a really nasty Scab Scray. Kalita is trying to charge in. Can she stop Vlad? I won 3 out of 4 matches, no room for me. We had 3 people with literal perfect games. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, fuck it. Losaurus fight... Where's his name? Saea? There, we'll do that. Fair, because Galroch, I believe, got a buy round. I think Omen did as well at one point, so maybe Galroch wouldn't have gone 4-0. That's fine. Anyway, Vlad and the White King fighting back against Kalita. I've been distracted this game because people are asking me things about finals and stuff. Kemperguard and the Skeleton Spears are just about doomed, but Vlad, whoa, he went so high. Holy shit. He went flying. Vlad has so many zombie summons left, though. I'm going to play this at ×2 speed. Now, we do have the Chosen of the Gods who can join back in. They do have armor piercing. They don't have anti-infantry like their normal Ushabti friends. Are there any Nurgle matches in this tourney yet? No. 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 Vlad and the boys are fighting. Vlad's heal cap is finally here, and he's getting incinerated. You know the spell. It's super fucking long name, but you know the spell. White King is getting worked down by Khalida. Can she hard carry this game? Oh boy, she's trying. How do we pick first? Your top. Who's Rhino? This one. Stop asking me things! Khalida's fighting against Vlad and the White King. With the Chosen of the Gods. ×2 speed. Vlad, how many summons do you have left? 2? 2 more? Okay. Khalida's in. Chosen of the Gods back in. Lich Priest and Nakar's just vibing. Khalida's trying to get strikes on Vlad. It is hard. There's another zombie summon. He has one more after this. White King takes big damage, and he is actually a much easier target to pick off than Vlad, so I do like this. Yeah, they just solo him out. Vlad continues the fight. But man, he's getting low. Master Beguilement is out, but Army Losses takes care of Vlad. And it's a win for the Tomb Kings. VC having a rough night. For Old Ullman and Stitler, it was a game that came down to the very end. Kepregard, Khalida, and the Chosen of the Gods did so much work. Chariots struggled a bit. Skeleton Horse Archers did really well in this matchup too. For Stitler, Vlad did really well. Blood Knights honestly did good. His Vargeist got crushed. And then the White King did good. And that's about it. GG. Vampire counts are great. I think they need buffs, but not a lot of people agree with me. It's an unpopular opinion. Because vampire counts aren't exactly the world's favorite faction. Okay, so the bracket is set. So it's Lysaurus versus Rhino, and then Galroch versus Old Omen. So there's 3 games left in the night post-bracket. But we'll keep casting these games. Oh, that is crazy. Okay, we like crazy. I'll keep casting these games till I have semifinals to cast. And I'll put a little more heart in this one. That one was weird because I kept getting distracted by people asking me about tournament stuff. So this is Old Omen versus Tlatani. I'm going to focus up. Demons of Chaos versus Empire. Weird. VC's a Blood Dragon Knight, Legendary Lord. Don't they have the Red Duke? Isn't the Red Duke literally that? Zeriok. It's the Red Duke. No, they do. It's literally the Red Duke. All right. What do we have? 2 Demigryph Knights with Halberds for the Empire. Free Company Militia, Handgunners, Silver Bullets, paired up with Marcus Wolfheart. Tla Tol Ani. Got it. No, he doesn't count? Alright. Alright, my bad. We have a Shadows Caster with the Withering, Pendulum, Melkoths. I like that. Some Halberds, and then the Hammer of the Witch's Great Cannon, which does magic damage. Love it. On the other side, for the Demons of Chaos, we have Screamers, Bloodletters of Khorne, Blue Horrors of Tzeentch, some Pink Horrors of Tzeentch 2, a Fiend of Slaanesh, some Screamers, and then Svarek the Feather Prince with Infernal Gateway, which he immediately throws out into some Demigryph Knights and some Spearmen and Handgunners, getting a 3-for-1 cast down, which is getting a lot of damage for him. That takes out 2/3 HP off 2 different units, and then a little bit of poke on a Demigryph Knights. That was huge. And then he throws a blue fire on them and tries to halberd. Wow, he's not fucking around. But there goes a pendulum down the line of 2 different blue horrors. Gonna get good poke out onto them. And the Hammer of the Witches continues to fire at the blue horrors of Tzeentch as Demigryph Knights with halberds take a fight against the Fleshhounds of Khorne. They're gonna get shot in the back by blue horrors while they do so. Might be overextending a bit. It's the title for the King of the Aztec. King of the Aztec's pretty Chad. We appreciate that in this house. Screamers do jump on the Hammer of the Witches. The Hammer of the Witches probably has to retreat behind their halberds, just like dismount and run away for a little bit. As Demigryph Knights, one is going to tear out from Svarek and all of the shots he just took. Meanwhile, another Demigryph Knight takes out some blue horrors. Things are looking a little bit rough for our friends the Empire, though, as silver bullets are beset by Fleshhounds of Khorne. Marcus Wolfheart's firing back at them. Fiends rolling. And we're only 3 minutes into this game. Not even 3 minutes. But I think it's actually fairly decisive. I don't know what the Empire can do to get back into this, as everything's routing. You could have Screamers or Fleshhounds get out and around the halberds and chase down the Hammer of the Witches, and then that unit's gone. The balance of power is just really far against the Empire right now. As Marcus Wolfheart nets down the Fleshhounds of Khorne as he retreats. Another big pendulum down the line, hits 2 units, gets through some of the Tzeentchian shields. But the Demigryph Knights have definitely overstayed their welcome in some dangerous parts of the universe. They might get a good trade onto Svarek here coming in soon, if they and the halberds can surround him and he doesn't run away as the blue horrors crumble away into nothingness. Fleshhounds are also crumbling, and the Hammer of the Witches is technically alive, though they only have 1 cannon even to remount. Svarek is fighting those Demigryphs and Spears, but he quickly gets away from them. Melkoth does a little bit more damage to Fiends of Slaanesh as Marcus fires away into them, getting them down to about half HP. Screamers are chasing off a lot of stuff, though, and the Empire just doesn't have a ton left on the field. Holy shit, there's a full health Bloodletter coming out of the woods. Oh my god. You don't do well against rush factions, you get anxious and makes a lot of mistakes. Happens. It happens. As this is looking over, I will fast forward a little bit. I extremely doubt the Empire can do anything here. Demigryph Knights get killed by a vortex. Fiends are going to rear charge some halberdiers, and Svarek tries to kill Marcus over the course of 50 years. Eventually, army losses takes its hold. Dude, that's me against Kite. I can't fight Kite. I mean, I can if the player plays much worse than me, but if the player plays roughly my level and they're kiting, I'm probably going to lose. Really good play here from the Demons Chaos. They did great. For the Empire, I like their build. The Demigryph Knights with halberds needed to focus more on peeling instead of charging the enemy. But aside from that, it's fine. Okay, Harris versus Rhino. He said this one's for the people, so we gotta cast it. Oh god, that's double Rogue Idol. Was Harris on our stream earlier telling me to take double Rogue Idol versus the Dark Elves? Because that's shenanigans right there. Who? Okay, for the Greenskins versus the Dark Elves, we have 2 Orc Boar Biggins. A third is over in the trees. We do have a Goblin Archer, 2 of them. A couple Orc Boys, Goblins in the front line. Azhag the Slaughter on foot with Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech. And then double Rogue Idol with the Biggin. On the inside for the Dark Elves. Harris, you were listening to that stream? Nice. We have 3 Cold One Knights, some Bleak Swords, 2 Dark Shards. Oh no. Sisters of Slaughter, a Witch Elf, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers. Oh no. And then a Supreme Sorceress of Fire. Oh, Supreme Sorceress of Fire! She has Arnsipal's Black Horror. Cool. Love it. I'm very concerned about these 2 Bolt Throwers and these 2 Dark Shards firing at our Rogue Idol companions. I think that will be a bad time for them. First Spirit Leech of the night is out, along with the Supreme Sorceress of Fire. And she's getting poked by Goblin Arrows. Huge damage. Gigantic. His Cold Knights will take a fight with Orc Boarboy Biggins. They're going to start to run away, so I don't know how much damage they'll actually take, but the Orc Boarboy Biggins should do well in that fight if it ever actually occurs. Dark Shards are here, and Dark Shards are firing at our Orc companions. Biggins used half of his ammunition. The other Rogue Idol is waddling forward with an ominous intent to kill. Yep, and he didn't make it. Orc Boarboy Biggins did get the fight they wanted. Cold Knights with Cascading Fire Cloak trying to fight back. It's not going well for them as Orc Boys also run in to support the fight. I think we have a breath attack coming down on the rear of these Orc Boarboy Biggins. That's a good breath attack. Really like that. Nice job, Dark Elf player. We appreciate that. Dark Shards have acquired their target. Rogue Idol's health going to disintegrate in 3, 2, 1. Oh, God, it hurts. Oh, the fire. Oh, the damage. He's taken 1,500 HP since we started looking at him. Good God. I mean, he has a giant health bar, but still. Dark Riders in the backfield getting peeled off by the Orc Boarboy Biggins. Arzbal's Black Horror goes through the Orc Boys and does very little damage. I don't know why. The spell looks like it has good stats, but it just doesn't do very well. And Azhag is under attack. This could be a problem. He's about to get rampaged by the Witch Elves. And he's next to a giant dragon lady, though she's also taking a lot of damage, and a quick burning head will kill off the goblins. Azhag's doing fine for now. So Resources of Fire actually has to get out of here, so far that went a little bit in Azhag's favor. Bolt throwers are firing back against the Biggins. The Biggin and the Rogue Idol. And the Dark Shards are doing Dark Shard things. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. The rest of the Greenskin army is actually doing quite well, but not the Rogue Idols. Another good breath attack on some Orc Boys. They might start routing soon. Witch Elves are in the back line, killing off Orc Boys and Goblin Archers. For the Greenskins, Azhag's doing alright. He's fine-ish. The Biggin still has a ton of health. He just took a bunch of his own health out for more ammunition. And then the Orc Boarboy Biggins are doing okay. One Rogue Idol is already down to his Rampage threshold. And that there is a dead pile of rocks. Claps the Bleak Sword's on his way down, but down is where he goes. Dark Elves are ahead on the bounce power by a quite significant margin, as both Dark Shards and Bolt Throwers are probably going to focus on the Biggin at this point. Boarboy Biggins are trying to fight their way out, but with Sisters of Slaughter and Witch Elves, there's really not a whole lot they can do against the Dark Elf infantry that remains. And it is a foregone conclusion at this point. Rogue Idols cannot win. It's impossible. As the Bolt Throwers continue to just poke them down. Dark Shards are here. Oh, they firing. Damage. How much have you guys gotten? 1,300 value. 1,000 value. 1,100. 500. Oof. It was Chad. It was Chad, but not enough. 2 Rogue Idols is 3 too many. Versus Dark Elves. Versus other factions. Now there, you might have something, but not Dark Elves. Dark Elves are real good at shooting those things. Real good at shooting them. Oof, one of the Dark Shards got like a Lord level of damage. God damn, that's a lot of damage. Alright, just checking some messages. Okay. Voice Hardy. We have 3 replays left that have nothing to do with our finals. We just saw some Dark Elves. We've seen a lot. Oh, wow. It's Dark Elves and Vampire counts all day. Okay. We'll do this one. This one looks a little horrendous, but we'll do it. I am alarmed, and I think we might have to cast some of this on ×2. As we get more Vlad. Just all Vlad. It's all Vlad all day. It's all anybody cares about is Vlad. Hey, let's take more Vlad. What about you? See any Vlad? How about you? Vlad? Not double White King this time. Double Shadows Caster. And it looks like they both just took Immortal Will. So they just wanted to be like good duelists with their own healing. That's interesting. For the vampire counts, we saw it in the build screen, but we do have Vlad, the Tithe, Königstein Stalkers, a bunch of skeleton warriors and skeleton spearmen. We do have the Devils of Schwarzhofen and a single Blood Knight, Vlad von Karstein, and double Shadows Caster on horseback. For the Beastmen, we have Ungor Spearmen and then an unholy single entity core. Incarnate Elemental of Beasts, double Gorgon, including the Bloodroot Behemoth, a Great Bray Shaman of Wild, Centaurs, and Centaurs with throwing axes on each flank. The Horsecaster is in a bad way, as she is fighting a lot of anti-large duelists, and she does need to fall back as her health disappears before her eyes. Immortal Will is trying to heal her up, but she needs to get away from the double Gorgon and the Jabberscythe. Traderkin is getting cast from the Lord, who is just a Traderkin caster. He throws it down on this blob of units, plus the Vampire of Shadows and the Blood Knights. And the Gorgons are still ripping through these guys. Centaurs throwing axes, chucking them out. And the big monsters of the Beastmen running a bit rampant right now. Because unless they can get surrounded by Blood Knights, they're really not going to take that much damage. And the Blood Knights can't get a good surround right now due to there being some Ungor Spearmen in the area, plus how much damage they took when they did try and join the fight. Devils of Schwarzhofen have dove down, and Centaurs look like they're going to offer their bodies to the Blood Sacrifice. Dire Pack and the Blood Knights thinking about getting back involved. And Vlad is wandering over to see what's going on. But in the meantime, man, his Blood Knights, his Devils of Schwarzhofen are not looking so good. There's a lot of undead crowding around this Incarnate Elemental Beast to take that AoE Flock of Doom damage. Devils almost crumbling. Dire Pack and Blood Knights get caught out. The Blood Knights are not fighting back. Weird. I kind of assumed that they would just fight back if they got attacked, but I wonder if they have guard mode on by default or something. Overcast Invocation to Heck, trying to heal all of them up. This is a good situation for the Vampire Counts if the Blood Knights weren't so wounded, but they could get a good surround on some of these units and actually get good damage out. Devils of Schwarzhofen are just about dead. They're crumbling away. The front line of the Vampire Counts is doing okay, because, I mean, there's a million of them, but that's not going to do a lot of damage to double Gorgon Jabber. There go the Blood Knights. There goes the Devils. I'm going to play the rest of this replay at ×2, because I suspect I know what happens at this point. There's really nothing that can take down those three single entities, because Vampire Counts just brought way too much chaff and not enough damage. Incarnate's down to half HP. And if he gets killed off, maybe, because then his Mortis Engine goes away. But they're just charging through these zombies and scalies. They don't give a fudge. They don't give a gosh darn fudge. Incarnate slurping his way through this giant pile of undead. And then a Traderkin hits the giant pile of undead. Oh, 3,000 value on the Great Bray Shaman of Wild, pretty much. The Vampiresses will catch him. It looks like they might even kill him. Double Gorgon are coming out to say hello to that. Incarnate Elemental Beast continues to slurp up all these zombies. Might take meaningful damage here, but it looks like army losses is about to hit for the Vampire Counts anyway. There it goes. Spoopy. Gorgons did alright. Incarnate did amazing. Traderkin Caster did amazing. Yeah. Too much chaff. Too much. It's all just food for the grinder. Okay. Tomb Kings and Warriors of Chaos versus Dark Elves. We'll do some Warriors of Chaos. We haven't spectated them at all today. We've seen some Galrouch games, but not Warriors of Chaos. Still waiting on either of our semifinals to finish up. Alrighty, that is a lot of skirmish cav on both sides, to be honest. We have 3 Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, one of which is of Nurgle. Then we have basic Marauder Horsemen, another Horseman of Tzeentch. So 5 Marauder Horsemen overall. 1 Chaos Warhound. Wait, 6 Marauder Horsemen overall. Jesus. This is a mixed bag. Archaon the Everchosen with Burning Head, Spirit Leech, and Searing Doom. Chaos Warrior frontline, Weird Spawn in the Severed Claw, and 1 more Chaos Warhound. For the Dark Elves, we have 2 Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows, the Raven's Herald Repeater Crossbow ROR, that's up in the sky. 4 Dark Shards, 2 Cold Knights, one of which is a Dread Knight, then a front line of Dread Spears and Bleak Swords, including the Hellebronai, and Malekith up on his Black Dragon, which we have not seen in quite a while since his cost increases came in. Okay. It looks like a bit of a skirmish fight, though 4 Dark Shards should be able to win that if they can get the skirmish cav to come into range, though currently some Coldo Knights are sallying forth, and they're going to get triple kited and then rear charged by dogs. They'll take a lot of damage out there. The Dark Elves want to have to remedy that somehow, as a Burning Head's going to go down the line of 2 Dark Shards. It looks like it is Overcast. Yeah, it's doing a lot of damage. I imagine it's Overcast. Autumn Chan, miss you? Always. On this side, the skirmish is going a bit better for the Dark Elves, as they've pushed off one of the Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, and their Cold One Dread Knights are trying to chase off the other guys, though they might overextend a bit and get skirmished out even further. 1 Cold Knight is dead, 2 Dark Shards have taken significant damage. And the Dark Elves are trying to push out now and get a melee fight somewhere. With Malekith's support, 3 Chaos Warriors shouldn't be much of a big deal for the Dark Elf front line, and they have a bunch of Dark Shards. I do worry about all this skirmish. There's a lot of skirmish on the side of the Warriors of Chaos. Cold One Dread Knight's going for a rear charge, and the Weird Spawn will turn to meet it while they get shot by the Ravens, Heralds, and I believe some other Dark Shards should be offering support soon. The dogs are back here to try and clean these guys up. They're taking so much fire they might rout before they get there. They are cowardly dogs after all. Yes, the Dark Elves do peel for their Dark Shards. The Cold and Dread Knights are taking a ton of damage, and the Ravens Heralds are probably close behind, as Malekith's first press attack is actually against the Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. Wants to get rid of those guys. So Dark Elves are doing their best to just calm this game down a little bit and eliminate some of the skirmish cav and some of the wiliness of the Warriors of Chaos. And oh no, Malekith has landed. I am very frightened. Soul Stealer tries to punish this blob. Archaon, Chaos Warriors, Severed Claw, and the Weird Spawn, so good stuff to do damage to. But while he's on the ground, he's an easier target for all this skirmish cav. And Archaon plus the Severed Claw are here to beat the shit out of him. The Ravens Heralds are now the target of all the skirmish cav, and they're a very squishy unit, so they'll get knocked out of the sky quite quickly. Malekith tries to get back up in the sky. Archaon had Slayer of Kings popped for a bit, but it looks like it has worn off now. Malekith's going to take a lot of damage, and Soul Stealer was just used, so we know his healing is on cooldown. Dark Elves peeled their back line. It looks like they've even killed some of the front line. They're trying to move up now, but Malekith is a bit overextended all on his own as he gets hit by skirmish cav. Archaon is continuing to chase him down. He actually might rout, too, as that is a huge loss for the Dark Elves. I mean, even if he doesn't rout, he's going to take a ton of damage. There he routs. Takes a bunch of volleys. Might shatter, considering how low he is. And then a Spirit Leech to follow it up as Marauder Horsemen throwing axes get all around him. They're going for that Lord Snipe. And the Chaos Warriors will get Shrek'd, but I don't think it's going to matter as Malekith has shattered. He might die for extra effect, but he has shattered. The Dark Elves have a lot of range left. They have a little bit of a front line left. But they're low, man. They're real low. Dogs are back. They're going to rear charge some Dark Shards. And Dark Elf leadership is usually fine, especially with Murderous Prowess pop. So once Murderous Prowess wears off, then maybe this will get a little scarier. For the Dark Elves is a huge Burning Head, does good damage to the Dark Shards, and a little bit to the Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows. Doug's still trying to kill off these Dark Shards, but that 15 leadership is keeping a lot of things in the fight right now for the Dark Elves. Balance power goes into army losses territory, though, and even Murderous Prowess can't deny army losses if it occurs. Searing Doom out onto the Dark Shards. Dogs manage to kill off another one. The balance power keeps getting worse and worse. There's very little frontline left for the Warriors of Chaos. They have a half-health Chaos Warrior and a full-health Severed Claw. Skirmish Cav is running out of ammunition, but plenty of HP to chase off the now usually routing forces of the Dark Elves. Dark Elf's DPS is also running out of time. Dark Red Pure Crossbows, the only healthy one left is getting chased by Archaon, and the other two Dark Shards are quite wounded and don't have a ton to hide behind. So I think that's going to be a crisp Ores of Chaos skirmish game. We have our first semifinal replay. So let's get on to that. Galroch, his Archaon got 3,000 value, which is pretty darn good. All of his front line did next to nothing as the Dark Shards made a pincushion out of it, but then his Skirmish Cav more than carried the slack, and his dogs also did fine. The other side for Osric, Malekith got caught out and struggled. His Raven's Heralds did well. His Dark Rider Pure Crossbows did well. His Dark Shards did, fine. I mean, they got killed by Burning Head. GG. GG. Alright, first of our semifinal games is here. Oh, lordy. More Tomb Kings. But versus Herald Hammerstorm and Sigvald. I have beaten this before. I used 4 Sepulchral Stalkers and kited the shit out of them. We do not have 4 Sepulchral Stalkers. We have 3 Necropolis Knights. Which is bold. Now, I will say Necropolis Knights do have armor piercing. They have good stats, so maybe if they surround a foot character, they'll kill them. I won't pretend to have enough data on Necropolis Knights to know how they perform versus foot characters. That being said, I feel like if they were good at killing foot characters, we'd see a lot more of them by now. Okay, I am suspect. Let's do it as I get a very foggy map. For the Tomb Kings, we have 2 Carrion. Looks like 1 Chariot, a front line of Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen, a couple Nightcar Horsemen, triple Necropolis Knights, and Arc in the Black with Spirit Leech and Faded Bina. That Spirit Leech is going to be in high demand. On the other side, we have 2 Martyr Horsemen with Throwing Axes, 2 Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, Sigvald, Herald Hammerstorm, and then Chaos Warriors across the front line with a Chosen of Khorne dual weapons in the back. Arkin and his Netcar Warriors take a fight with the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. We'll see how that goes for them. Not entirely sure. Skeleton Summon is out, but the Chaos Knights are wrecking these Netcar Horsemen, even with the Liber Mortis to give them a bit of physical resistance. Oh, I suppose it's against Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. So yeah, physical resistance doesn't do anything. They just ignore it entirely. Okay. How's it going, fellas? Pretty good. I'm sick, so my voice and my energy levels aren't quite there, but so far the tournament's been alright. A lot of Tomb Kings and Vampire Cannons. Holy crap. And Dark Elves. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch charging the Necropolis Knights. Their shields quickly wither away, and they'll get rear charged by Carrion, so really good sandwich in here from Old Omen. Though I wonder about the efficacy of those Necropolis Knights. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch so far won on this bottom field, and they're trying to get away from the Necropolis Knights now. On the other side, the Necropolis Knights have gotten good damage on the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, so those guys are pulling back towards their own Chaos Warriors. We'll see how far they can get. But the Tomb Kings will have a lot of issues dealing with this heavy armor. Something just happened over here. I think that was just a Spirit Leech. I don't think it was a Fate of Buna, or those Chaos Knights would be honestly more dead, considering how much damage they already taken. So both Chaos Knights down to about half HP. Skirmish Cav, honestly, running low on ammo already, too. They've used half their ammo and not gotten a ton out of it. Arkin did some good dodging around. Looks like we have our first Burning Head. It is on Necropolis Knights and Carrion. Not an ideal target. It did a little bit of damage, but not a ton. Chaos Warriors are getting cycle charged by Chariots. And a rear charge in from the Necropolis Knights. The Nakara Horsemen. Helping the Necropolis Knights. Could rout the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. And then the Necropolis Knights, I keep saying that, Nakara Horsemen could chase them off the battlefield. And the Necropolis Knights could get to rear charging Chaos Warriors like they need to be. A concerning thing for the Tomb Kings is their front line is fading. And without them, the Necropolis Knights won't have the support to get that cycle charging in that they really desperately need to do. These Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are hardy folk. They are not seeming to break under any kind of pressure, as both of them are danger low on HP, but refusing to get out of here. And as soon as I say that, both of them rout in the blink of an eye. We'll see what's assigned to chase them down, what actually deals with them. Nakar Horseman rear charging some Chaos Warriors will get a bit of damage. Arkin's running away from Sigvald, doesn't want any of that nonsense. I wonder if he has Spirit Leeches for Harry. It's probably going to be the way you have to kill him, because Harry also has that whole Undead Bane thing. I don't think that affects Necropolis Knights. I think Necropolis Knights are constructs, not technically undead. Yeah, they're not undead, so it won't affect them, but it will affect everybody else. That is a Fate of Bune on some Chaos Warriors. My God. Little ambitious. Little ambitious there. If anything, I could see that onto the Chosen to Corrin. They only have 15% spell resistance, but I strongly advocate for just Spirit Leeching the shit out of Harry. Sigvald will heal it up. Harry won't, and Harry's a real problem for you in this game. As Arkin tries to get a little charge in onto that Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, he's now starting to path away. Didn't take too much damage on the trade. Still have very healthy Necropolis Knights. 2 of them are literally like full HP. And the third one is also almost full HP, so the Necropolis Knights are chilling. But can they carry this game? As they charge into Chaos Warriors, they get a bit of impact damage. That's good, that's good. That's a good start. Chariots are still running around. The Chaos Warriors that took the Fate of Bune are now beset by Arkin, though they're hardy folk. They won't run from him at the drop of a hat. And here we go. This is the test to see if the Tomb Kings can win this game. Necropolis Knights surround Sigvald with their armor-piercing damage and 41 melee attack versus his 60 melee defense. They get next to 0 damage done, and nothing comes of it. The Tomb Kings chuck out their Shopti Summon. It is needed to pull forward and run into these Chaos Warriors to save Arkin from Harry. And the Chaos Warriors have taken a lot of damage from the Necropolis Knights and the Cycle Charging. 2 Chaos Warriors are very low. Another one's at half HP, so the Necropolis Knights are doing good there. And this is actually getting a little spooky for the Warriors of Chaos. Arkin's still having issues getting out of here, and that could be a big problem for the Tomb Kings. But, like, otherwise, I mean, man, these Chaos Warriors are getting shredded by the Necropolis Knights, which makes me wish a little bit, not to beat a dead horse or to be a jerk, I wish that Fate of Bune that had hit one of the Chaos Warriors. We see that the Necropolis Knights are actually crushing the Chaos Warriors, so I wish that Fate of Bune had been on the Chosen, or just save the Winds of Magic for Spirit Leeches for Harry. Harry is getting a bunch of the undead to rout. See them terror routing, it means they're all running away. The Necropolis Knights are shredding some of these Chaos Warriors, though it looks like the Chosen of Corrin are fighting right back on the Necropolis Knights with Sigvald's help. Necropolis Knights getting massacred. Where's the other one? I thought there was one more. There he is. We have lost a Necropolis Knight. It looks like that one is doomed. It's not getting away anytime soon. We're losing some Nakara Horsemen. Shopti Summon is fading away. On the other side for the Warriors of Chaos, they've lost 2 of their Chaos Warriors. We have almost routing Chaos Warrior left. Another almost routing Chaos Warrior. The Hero Hammer, and of course the Chosen Corn are vibing. Skirmish Cav is all out of ammunition, now just used as moderate melee Cav, though one of them is about to rout and the other one's not feeling too good either. Ushapti is gone, no more healing for the Tomb Kings, no more summons. Chosen Corn and Sigvald are vibing. Big rout on this side. Looks like the Chaos Warriors will also be heading for the hills any moment. And the Firecaster is taking a lot of damage. Throws out one last Burning Head onto some Skeleton Warriors to get them nice and damaged. Lower their leadership enough that they'll rout away from Harry. So they should get running. But Harry actually left them alone. He went over to help Sigvald out a little bit. And the 2 healthy Necropolis Knights are still fighting away. Humanboy's not impressed with your excessive Tomb King play. I am impressed. Dude, the Necropolis Knights are doing way better than I ever thought they would. I don't know if they can kill single entities, but they're doing way better than I ever thought they would. I'm just like, I'm sick, and we have cast a lot of Tomb Kings today. But you're doing great, Old Omen. You're doing great. I'm sorry I'm not 100% in here. Firecaster is very injured. Staff Nagash has popped again to try and get that Skeleton Summon back up and running. The Chosen of Corn, though, are very healthy. So is Harry. So is Siggy. Carrion being used to chase off some Chaos Warriors. Arkin also shatters some, and he's going to come back to the fight now. But these Skeleton Warriors are crumbling and running away from Herald Hammerstorm. And what do they do? A Spirit Leech on the Sorcerer of Fire, trying to kill him off. No more burning heads is essentially the goal here. Necropolis Knights are back in, sandwiching in these fools. The Chosen Corn take a bit more damage. There go the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire is actually out. This is kind of the last charge of the Tomb Kings, as they will rout off the Chaos Warriors, it looks like. They've routed off the Fire Sorcerer. They're going to get rear charged by some Skirmish Cav, but those guys will rout pretty darn quick. And the Necropolis Knights are pulling back out. They're at half HP now. And they're going to use their time chasing off Chaos Warriors and not letting those guys come back to the fold, as the Sorcerer of Fire is actually shattered for his efforts. Alright, bit of Benny Hill music, as these guys will chase down stuff. Spirit Leech for Sigvald. Looks like the Tomb Kings will chase off everything that's not a part of this chosen central position. Some stuff is shattering. Necropolis Knights chasing all that stuff down. Bounce power continues to get worse for the Tomb Kings. Can't say I disagree. One of their last skeletons is fading. Arkin probably has a skeleton summon up soon. He's been using Staff and a Gash like nobody's business. Though it is harder for him to charge, because he can't just sit in melee with anything that was in his enemy's build. The Chaos Warrior that is so close to dead it won't even come close to the fight ever again is trying to come back, and Necropolis Knights are now starting to cycle charging, doing good damage to the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons, but as always, the problem has been, can you kill these single entities that are among them? The Necropolis Knights are doing impressive work on the Chosen of Khorne with dual weapons, but will it be enough as Sigvald and Harry take their will out on them every time they charge back in? Another Spirit Leech onto Sigvald, another charge in from the Chaos Knights. Sorry, Necropolis Knights. Too many Knights, too many things. Chosen of Khorne might rout as the Necropolis Knights get their good work done. 2,000 HP on one, 2,800 on the other. The Chosen of Khorne are about to rout, but there goes the last skeleton summon. Well, not the last, but the latest. Skeleton Spearman full health has been kept safe this whole game. Another Spirit Leech on to Sigvald. I have no idea where his heal cap is at this point. Necropolis Knights ready to charge back in on these Chosen of Khorne dual weapons. There, they finally routed them. But Harry destroys the Skeleton Spearmen, leaving just Arkin and these Necropolis Knights as Sigvald beats up Arkin a little bit. His heal cap is here, and Harold has no form of healing whatsoever, so their health bars are the health bars you're going to get for the rest of this game. Necropolis Knights continue to try and pressure these guys out, but they're really doing like no damage to Sigvald, which is a big problem for this Tomb Kings build. Yeah, Harry and Sigvald don't give a single shit about what's going on. Arkin tries to cycle charge a little bit. I assume he's out of Spirit Leeches at this point in the game. And that is GG. Harold's rough. I really think you have... I think you have to Sepulchral Stalker Kite in this matchup. I think it's the only way to win versus Harry. You can't challenge him in melee, even with constructs. Old Omen played the shit out of it. His Necropolis Knights almost all paid for themselves. Some of them even giving over their value, which like never happens. Arkin did well. Nedcar Horseman ran some stuff off. Foot characters seem rough for the Tomb Kings. Yeah, you just need Sepulchral Stalkers. The Chosen of Khorne did amazing. Harry and Sigvald did alright. So, here. If you're wondering what to do about that... Human Boy, yes, sure. Live. New player. No, wait, shit. I don't want the live one. Best of 5 with Big JP. It was game 3, I think. Yeah. Need to get away. That's my Ushapti. Try and rout off Marauders. There we go. I have a skirmish cat back, finally. I do have need of you. Someone help these snakes! Okay. So we're trying to get away. I'm gonna buff up my snakes once again just for the global healing, especially for the guys that are fighting Archaon right now. We're doing our best out here, okay? So here, look at the damage the snakes are going to get done. So Harry's at full HP, and my snakes are all almost dead, right? Cast this for the reset and healing. I got some archers back. Hooray. I got other archers that are chasing down trolls. And that blast, plus a charge in from my skeleton horseman, should be enough to rout off the marauders here. Chasing off trolls. So we route off all of his stuff. Now look at Harry.
Shoot his ass. Shoot his ass.
That's one Sprout Stalker that has 11 models left.
Don't turn to it. It's not enough to kill you.
He's at half HP and almost dead. Like, I just think you have to Sprout Stalker Kite. I don't think you can play this any other way, because nothing else you have does any damage. We just watched that whole game of Old Omen.
Like 40% more damage. 100% more gains. 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 Fuck up that guy. Fuck up that guy. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Oh, God, it's the damage. Human boy, you can't just have snakes. Human boy, you can't just have snakes. He just has snakes. Why? Because they kill infantry. They kill monsters. They kill cavalry. They kill single entities. They kill everything. Snakes. Snakes. You auto lose to Fused Chosen Halberds. How are they ever going to catch me? How are they going to catch me? Why are we going into melee when we can kite them?
Yeah. So that's how you deal with it. Sprout Stalkers do so much damage to infantry, man. It's insane. Alright, we have our other semi-final replay in while I casted that. Let's go. Let's go. Why am I being pinged? Okay, cool. Gaul, your opponent is ready. IDK, who won? Okay, finals is starting now, but I'm gonna go cast this other semi-final. Not necessarily infantry, but foot characters. Yeah, dude. Supporter Stalkers wreck him. Okay. So the other semifinals between Losaurus and Spearer. And that is Malice Darkblade with the Charybdis in the year 2024. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I'm not ready to go to this convention thing I gotta do. I'll be gone 4 days trying to sell board games. Gross. Okay, what do we got? Warriors of Chaos versus Dark Elves. We have 3 Marauder Horsemen. A 4th is on the far side. 2 Chaos Warhounds who are charging some Dark Riders. Then Marauders for frontline. We do have some more dogs. Village the Curseling with Infernal Gateway and Pink Fire. Severed Claw. An Exalted Hero of Nurgle. And then 2 Chaos Knights, one of which is of Nurgle. That is a very eccentric Warriors of Chaos build. On the other side for the Dark Elves, we do have Dark Riders, Cold One Knights, a Charybdis, more Cold One Knights, Bleak Swords in the front line, Dark Shards in the back, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, and a Pit of Shades and Feebling Foecaster. I believe I saw Malice somewhere. There he is. There's Malice. Charybdis, anti-large, armor-piercing duelist. Probably to fight the Mutal Vortex Beast, actually, now that I think about it. There's none, but he didn't know that. -8 leadership aura. The Mutal Vortex Beast does not have the best leadership, and this anti-large armor-piercing duelist could do pretty good there. I think in general it is a pretty bad unit. It's good versus demonic factions, but that's about it. We'll see, but I just don't think the Mutal Vortex Beast would ever fight outside of halberds or anything, and the Charybdis doesn't have healing, so it'll get slowly poked down by like skirmish cab and stuff. That's going to be brutal. That's going to be a really bad Pit of Shades. Well, okay, good Pit of Shades, bad for the Warriors of Chaos. As their Chaos Knights are getting wrecked by it and the Charybdis, and I think there's still some Marauders in there too that are also taking damage. So that's a big Pit of Shades, doing big work. Exalted Hero of Nurgle might be overextended a little bit as he's next to a Charybdis and a bunch of anti-large armor-piercing knights. Dark Shards and Bolt Throwers trying to save their other Dark Shards, these Chaos Knights of Nurgle, but the backline is getting overrun by these dogs and Marauder Horsemen. And then an Infernal Gateway tries to catch 2 units, though it's mostly going for these Dark Shards, who get slurped back in as they just started to run away. Skirmish Cav for the Warriors of Chaos is being pushed around by these Dark Riders, so that is unfortunate for them. But elsewhere, they got a really good flank in. They got a ton of Dark Shards and Reaper Bolt Thrower value, so they're feeling pretty darn happy on that front. Dark Elves in general have taken a lot of damage, actually. Now, Malice is always a scary combatant in the late game. The Charybdis is still healthy for now. And we do have some Chaos Knights who are still left alive. One Dark Shard is healthy enough to offer a little bit more love. Village is chilling. Charybdis is very much surrounded and is trying to fight back against the Exalted Hero of Nurgle. The Exalted Hero of Nurgle has almost 60 melee defense, though, and this big boy, 85 melee attack, so it should be hitting quite often, but it is surrounded right now by the Severed Claw, so it's getting beat up by those guys, and then Marauder Horsemen are poking him down. So things are getting a little scary for the Dark Elves, to be honest, but here comes Murderous Mastery and Murderous Prowess. Does not help the Charybdis at all, but man, he wishes it does. He wants to be murderous powerful. Golden Knights running around doing their best. Dark Shards, where are you guys reforming lines? Looks like all the way back here. Can they start firing in as the Charybdis tries to find a new home? Chaos Knights once again fighting Bleak Swords, and oh, Malice is in here. I was wondering what was happening. Malice caught Village, and he's also fighting the Exalted Hero of Nurgle. Ooh, but the Severed Claw are here. Ah, spooky, scary. Dogs come plowing into the backfield to kill off these Dark Shards and the Bolt Throwers that were trying to rally and come back. There's a big Pit of Shades killing off Marauders, doing a little bit of damage to Severed Claw. The Severed Claw don't really have enough models to take damage from a Pit of Shades, and Malice is fighting back against the Exalted Hero of Nurgle as the Charybdis pushes off his Chaos Knights. And Village returns only to get smacked in the face by Spite. Chaos is up on the balance of power for now, though we do have a Tzarkan waiting in the background, so that'll make the balance of power quite even once again once he pops out. Though I do agree with the assessment, the Warriors of Chaos are currently overrunning the Dark Elf positions. Mouse is taking damage. He needs to be careful. He's trying to maximize what he can get out of his human form before turning into the demon, but he also doesn't want to Terror Route or Naturally Route because then he can't transform. Dark Shard's firing away. I wonder what they're going to shoot at, but someone has to kill the Severed Claw, and it certainly can't be Malice. Exalted Hero of Nurgle is trying to snipe out the Sorcerers of Shadows, but Malice is hot on his tail. With the Enfeebling Foe, his stats are way too low to resist the Dark Blade, the Revenge Incarnate, that guy. Marauder Horsemen fighting against the Charybdis with some Chaos Knights and basic Marauders. Other basic Marauders are sweeping up the Dark Elf backline, and Malice is continuing to try and kill the Exalted Hero of Nurgle. He's trying so hard. He's getting so far, but in the end, I don't know if it'll matter. We'll see. He does rout the Exalted Hero of Nurgle, but doesn't have time to chase him fully off. He's still busy trying to peel for his Dark Shards, who are going to turn to fire at extremely close range in the Aspire Champions, who are unshielded. They rely entirely on their armor, which armor-piercing Dark Shards don't really care about. Another pink fire goes through them, though they keep most of their models, and they're going to continue firing at the Severed Claw. Demon's Curse is out, and Mouse is going for the snipe on Village, while Marauder Horsemen suicide dive in to maybe shut down the Dark Shards, but they get distracted by these Cold One Knights. And that is good news for the Dark Elves. Malice is still continuing to battle it out, and he can transform into Tzarkan any time now. But he's still getting a little bit of love out of his human form. Charybdis plus a Pit of Shade should actually rout off all these things and secure its position. So the Dark Elves are scrapping back very well into this game. Balance power is actually going to go into their favor when Malice transforms, I guarantee it. And Village is taking a lot of damage. Here comes the Tzarkan transformation. Hey, I was right, because I'm always right, because I'm perfect. Bloodstorm Reaper of Souls is out. That's going to be good damage on the Severed Claw and onto Village. Can the Warriors of Chaos withstand Tzarkan? They do shut down the Dark Shard at last with some Chaos Knights and the Exalted Hero of Nurgle. Village is getting pushed around. He might Terror out soon. Enfeebling Foe is onto him as well, lowering his stats, making it easier for Tzarkan to get a hit on him, even though Tzarkan is an impressive 82 melee attack, not like he really needs the help from Enfeebling Foe. Last pink fire kills some Bleak Swords, but Malice does rout Village and probably won't let him go. The Charybdis is back in with its -8 leadership aura. If Village dies, that -8 leadership aura could be huge in the late game, as it already routs off all these Chaos Knights and Marauders. And I don't see how the Warriors of Chaos can come back from this at this point. It was looking so bad for the Dark Elves for a little bit there, but a big glow up from them. Severed Claw could maybe grind through Tzarkan if he just dives into them and dies. But it looks like he's going to take his time, chase off Village. Wait for his Bloodstorm and Reaper of Souls to come back up. Then he'll dive into the Severed Claw and take them out, as the Charybdis is actually going to go take care of them for now. Lowering their leadership down to 19. If Village dies, which he just did, their leadership spike went down to 0 for a second. I saw it, but it wasn't enough, and they're actually going to fight back against Charybdis, push it back, push it away. Chaos Knights charging in. Now, the balance of power is a little inflated from this Shadows caster being so healthy. It is mostly Tzarkan versus the world. The Dark Elves are about out of gas everywhere else. I don't see anything else on this battlefield. You still have a Marauder Horseman with a lot of ammunition. Marauders across the board. So I think the balance of power is getting a little over-eager here to try and call this done for the side of the Warriors of Chaos. I think it's Dark Elf favored for sure, but like, come on, balance power. Take a chill pill. Everything is routing now besides Tzarkan and the Sorceress of Shadows. The Severed Claw are marching forward. They do get hit with the Reaper of Souls. Like I said, Malice was just waiting for that to come off cooldown. That's going to be his main way of dealing damage to the Severed Claw. And he only causes fear. He doesn't cause terror, so the Severed Claw will actually stay in the fight with him for a long time. Actually, Chaos does have a good shot back into this game. They're chasing off all that stuff, but just leaving the Severed Claw with Malice, and they can chunk him out real good. Yep, there it is. He's going to run away again, try and get his Bloodstorm off cooldown. He does not want to fight these guys in melee for any amount of time. Golden Knights and Dark Shards are rallying, and the fact that they were allowed to rally might army loss Chaos at this point, because they're back on the balance of power all of a sudden. And they're trying to get last-ditch effort damage onto the Sorceress to keep the balance of power from killing them off, but that's going to be a Pit of Shades that might cause the end of the game. Marauder Horsemen charging back in to try and get these guys routing once again before Army Losses does them in, but that is Army Losses indeed. I feel like we had a couple of tournaments in a row where Army Losses wasn't such a big deal, but this, today in specific, I remember 4 games from, I had 2 different streams, but 4 games today have been a little premature on the Army Losses. Exalted Hero of Nurgle and the Severed Claw both did very well. Dogs did alright. Skirmish Cav did okay. And for Spare on his Dark Elves, the Charybdis didn't get its value back, but I guess it was around. It was helping. Shadows Caster and Malice got a lot of value. Golden Knights did fine. Peter Crossbows and, well, one of the Dark Shards got good value, but the 2 repeater Reaper Bolt Throwers, finally. There we go. We got it. Didn't do very much. We're shooting at the Bleak Swords. Yeah, they'll do that sometimes when they're chasing something down. They'll just shoot at stupid-ass targets. Okay, we're waiting for the final. I do have another Dark Elf versus Tomb King's game we can cast, and I might cast it, but I'm going to say goodnight to Grace real quick, so here be. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. So, our final is underway between Spare Air and Galrach. This is just this is a game from the Swiss stage that we have not yet cast, to buy us a little bit of time. Hopefully by the end of this one, because there have been the delay where I say goodnight to Grace and then we cast 2 replays. Hopefully that's enough time for them to finish their game and we can have a smooth transition into the final and to wrap it up for the night so I can go to bed. Got work tomorrow and then I have a long drive over to Milwaukee. Okie dokie. Tomb Kings versus Dark Elves. Maybe our last Tomb Kings game of the night. We'll see. 2 Necropolis Knights. And this isn't even Old Omen. This is a weird night. We have 2 different Vampire Counts players who are both just taking Vlad. And then we have 2 different Tomb Kings players who are both taking Necropolis Knights. I'm confused and scared and alarmed. Triple Sepulchral Stalker, Arc in the Black with Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna, and then Skeleton Spears and Warriors across their front line with some Tomb Guard in the back line, actually. For the Dark Elves, we have the Crows of Cain, 2 Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows, 4 Dark Shards, a bunch of Dread Spears, including the Hellebroni, some Coldwood Knights, Coldwood Dread Knights, and Malekith up in the sky with Soul Stealer, Gaze of Malice, and Noxious Breath. Cool, cool. Dark Shards got a little too close to the front line. Looks like they're trying to fall back and get a bit of distance. Gaze of Malice did good damage to them Skeleton Spears, and Coldwood Dread Knights are going to charge the Unbraced Spears. Though, that was unfortunate angling, I guess, as they charged the only spears that were behind the curve. So they didn't get much done there. Sporkle Stalkers are firing at Malekith full a bit. Dark Shards are now starting to shoot in. It looks like they're just shooting at the front line, though. They will need to switch onto shooting anything that is snake-like. That'll probably be a better fight for them. Big Soul Steer for Malekith, plus he dives on with the Crows of Cain, getting huge damage on the Sporkle Stalkers. That's a great play. One Sporkle Stalker is doomed. Golden Dread Knights are fighting on top of spears, so they'll want to back off. Meanwhile, the Dark Shards are trying to turn and support their own backline, but a Fate of Buna will take off one of the Cold One Knights. And that is a brutal moment for the Dark Elves, but there we go. The Dark Shards are trading back on the Necropolis Knights pretty well, so both sides taking a lot of damage on some important units. Oofta. Golden Knight is dead. Necropolis Knight might be soon to follow it as Golden Dread Knights are trying to get a rear charge over on those Necropolis Knights. Crows of Cain will peel the Skeleton Spearmen off of them. Malekith dove on to Arkin briefly, but he'll take a Spirit Leech for his efforts and shot by snakes all the way up. While Repeater Crossbows continue to fire at the Sporkle Stalkers, almost get into melee with them too. Could be a bit unfortunate. Murderous Prowess is out. Murderous Mastery for Golden Dread Knights, right? No, it's only Prowess. Weird. Okay, whatever. Malekith's falling back into the Sporkle Stalkers. It looks like he's trying to line up to breath attack them or something. No, he's going to breath attack the front line, but he has to be careful of sitting in front of those Sporkle Stalkers like that. Meanwhile, the Cold Dread Knights are trying to finish off that wounded Necropolis Knights, and the Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows are both kiting out the Sporkle Stalker, trading with it decently. I mean, it's firing back at them, so both sides are taking a lot of damage, but it is what it is. Dark Elf frontline is holding for now and doing well. Dark Elf backline has been interrupted. Ushapti Summon is out. One of the Necropolis Knights is barely clinging to life. The other one's just fine. But the Dark Shards do need to spread out because it's too easy for the Tomb Kings to disrupt all of them at the same time like this. Malekith flying away from the Sporkle Stalkers. He's probably hoping to get a Soul Stealer off pretty soon for a bit of that healing, but he's still technically in the Sporkle Stalkers' range. They're still shooting at him as he goes. Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows trading okay on the Sporkle Stalkers. Might get rid of those guys soon. So out of the 3 Sporkle Stalkers, we're down to about 1 if you combine their HP bars. There is the Soul Stealer. It's on to Arkin and the Sporkle Stalkers. It'll heal up Malekith a little bit. I wonder what he's going to do with his time, but he really needs to avoid those snakes from now on. Cold Dread Knights still trying to peel the Necropolis Knights off. And another Spirit Leech hits Malekith. Dark Shards are trying to get away and rally in the far-flung reaches of space. Skeleton Spearmen can maybe be peeled off with this Dark Shard. The other 2 Dark Shards are running away from another Skeleton Spearman. And it looks like the Cold Dread Knights will eventually finish off those Necropolis Knights. It's been a while, but they're working on it. Big breath attack onto the Tomb Guard. Takes about half their HP off. But again, Malekith has to be careful of these Sporkle Stalkers that have just been shooting him all game long. 2,300, 2,400 value for them. 2,500 as he dives into them. That'll probably be the death of him as Sporkle Stalkers are anti-large, armor-piercing in melee. Armory losses is hitting for the Dark Elves. And that is a GG. Alright, let's check in some messages. Necropolis Knights did good disruption. Sepulchral Stalkers overall did quite nicely, and then the front line of the Tomb Kings just kind of held the Dark Elves at bay. On the side, Malekith did some decent work. Golden Dread Knights did solidly. Repeater Crossbows did alright. Dark Shards didn't get to fire for long. The ones that did shoot got a lot of value. That is a GG. What are the qualifications to join one of these? I'm not exactly a new player, but I've never played a single tournament in my life. That would be the qualifications log. We host one every other week. And it's just for anybody that doesn't play tournaments all the time. And your prize for winning is just getting a roll that says, hey, I won a new player tournament, and that disqualifies you from any other new player tournament. So if you are too good, you'll win one tournament, and then that's that. So, not bad. I don't want to start a quick battle if the final replay is around the corner. Necropolis Knights feeling pretty good. Humans should try them out. No. No, I refuse. No. How expensive are they? $14.25. No, never. No, gross. Not my Tomb Kings. I just Sepulchral Stalker Kite. That's all I do. That's all I do, man. A Tomb King on foot is 1,100 gold. That is insane. Kalita's 1,100 gold. Kotep's 550. Nice. We have one game left. And I will have it. This is why we use snakes. Because they're superior. This is why we use snakes. Because they are superior. We go, what hero hammer? And then we kill them. And then we kill the hero hammer. Kill the Batman. Aecold's actually taking forever to fucking die. What the hell? I love how obstructed these guys are by their own selves. Okay, 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 okay. We'll learn from our mistakes. Anyone who's not shooting, just get the fuck out of the way. Because you're actually making it harder for anybody to shoot. I love how I meant to take, like, a whole bunch to show, like, insta-killing these guys, and then they just got in their own way so much that they couldn't fire. There, that's better. Jiminy Christmas. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's more like it. Aecold's actually kind of chilling, though. For real, for real. God damn it. Are we all getting in each other's way again? There we go. Just shoot Siggy. It's right in front of you. Boop. Get some good damage. There we go. The mortal units are about to flee as my Sepulchral Stalkers kill all my own guys. Jesus Christ. And then Harry dies. How is this still going? Sparkle Stalkers / range units in general are janky as fuck with obstruction. Where my finals replay?
I'm like a
He
rewind.
lagged out. And then it crashed.
What up?
What's
Hello.
Up? Whoa, it's the whoa! I'm famous now.
A little
Kill my
bit.
boy while he's streaming?
What's going on with the final?
He like crashed.
My dude took a while to load up and then he desynced, so
Yeah.
That's not nice.
that's what I said. I'm just kidding. I said, what the heck?
That's not nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm famous now. Oh my
Uh,
god.
Don't ready up. I'm gonna ask him for a spec slot if we're doing this,
Ooh,
Yes, sir.
cause I'm
I'll
not.
be honest though, the builds were looking pretty sus on Sparrow's side, so I don't know if this is gonna be that interesting.
Well, I gotta cast it
now
either
you
way.
come back. Now you come back, B-Wax, after Human Boy gets in here. The Cloud Goblin.
I'm not.
You abandoned us. No, you abandoned us.
You guys,
B-Wax.
wait. You guys already played this once, so I don't have to have a screen blocker, cause you should have the same fucking builds.
Yeah. Here,
Well-
you saw the builds. Yeah.
Okay,
Should
cool.
be the same builds.
Yes.
All right, lit.
Yes.
We get to see cock gameplay. My favorite.
All right, Lizardmen vs Warriors of Chaos. I don't know. That build doesn't look that bad. Heaven's Caster isn't amazing, but Krokar's there.
If it's the same one that I saw, I don't think so. Especially not against this.
Did it have Krokar?
It had
did.
two Razordons, Krokar, and I think a bunch of swords.
Yeah, it looks legit. Oh, good. The Mutal Vortex Beast.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Who
fuck that unit.
suggested that? I don't know.
What?
Dude, rip. Alright, I'm just gonna stay in this voice chat for the whole game. Let's just live coach. Let's live coach Galruch to a win.
Crazy, crazy.
Let's go. Bwags!
Like
Co-cast,
I need your help.
co-caster
I think
Bwags.
I got this.
What do you think this Lizardman build?
do not get Wags open his mouth.
Bwags, what do you think of this Lizardman build?
Wags has
No comment.
yeah. Wags has
Wax abandoned
he-
us, so he didn't see it.
Wags joined. He like in campaign. He has like the trait of like bonus versus Galroch factions.
He has the treacherous.
He
has
just-
the treach
he-
trait. He doesn't get penalties for breaking alliances.
Alright, alright. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go cast a game. Goodbye.
Okay.
My
Have fun.
fame is gone.
If you desync again, I'm banning you.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Okay. So we're gonna do the finals live. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. Okay. No lag. Hashtag no lag, please. I need to see something that moves. Okay. Krokar's not lagging. So that's good. It's a good first sign. What do we got? For the Warriors of Chaos of Galruch, we do have a good build. It's a good build. My saltiness at the Mutal Vortex Beast being unbalanced aside, like, it's a good, solid build. Except for the Cockatrice, I think that's a little odd, but the rest of this is fine. Triple Chaos Knight, a Mutal Vortex Beast, our first of the night, but it is an anti-large, fast duelist with a Mortis engine. It actually has 2 Mortis engine effects, and a debuff for your enemies, and a buff for your allies. Hashtag balanced unit. But meanwhile, it also has a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle to provide it with some healing so that it can be even more balanced. A Cockatrice, which is just a terrible, terrible unit. Technically causes terror. It has some decent-ish kind of stats, but I don't know. It's mostly just used for its weird Petrifying Gaze debuff. If it's ever used at all. Severed Claw, 5 Marauders. On the other side, a first Lizardman for a while. We do have some Cold One Spear Riders, Cold One Riders, some Kroxigors mixed in here, 2 Razordon hunting packs, a front line of Saurus Warriors, and Kroq-Gar up on his T-Rex. No Hand of the Gods, which is weird. Normally I only see Kroq-Gar for the Hand of the Gods. We have a Skink Heavens caster with fucking Curse of the Midnight Wind and Harmonic Convergence. This is wild. This is a little wild. I like the Razordons overall if you can protect them somehow, because you need something to shoot the Mutilith Vortex Beast. That or Salamander hunting packs are pretty good against the Mutilith. In comes the Chaos Knights, charging through Saurus Warriors. None of these Sauruses are spears or anything like that, but still something. Cockatrice lands in, Mutilith Vortex Beast piles through, and the Razordons are going to need to get to work here pretty fast. One of them is trying to path away for now as Kroxigors and Saurus team up on the Mutilith Vortex Beast. The other one's not firing, and he needs to get active right now. I don't know if he has Fire at Will on. There is stuff in range, but he's just not firing at all. But he definitely needs to fire at the Mutilith Vortex Beast. There, now they both get orders on the Mutilith Vortex Beast, who is overextended and could actually take significant damage here. This could be a disaster from the Warriors of Chaos. Their Chaos Knights are not in position to punish these Razordons, and Kroq-Gar even dives in for a bit of a snipe. Yeah, this might be a throw. Fleshy Abundance is out onto the Mutilith Vortex Beast, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. He might just rout or die. He is going to rout. Meanwhile, the Cold and Spear Riders took a fight with the Chaos Knights, and they're doing fine. The frontline fight is going pretty well for the Lizardmen overall. The Chaos Knights will be the biggest problem. They don't have a lot to answer that. And Mutilith Vortex Beast is down. It's shattered. It's not coming back. Razordons killed off the Mutilith Vortex Beast, and now Kroq-Gar turns around to fight some Chaos Knights. Marauders are still pushing through, however. The Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle is safe and healthy. Chaos Knights plus the Cockatrice are teaming up on the Cold and Spear Riders, and if it can get its Petrifying Gaze down onto them, their pathetic melee stats will become extra pathetic. Hey, let's go. It's extra pathetic time. So they're at 26 melee attack. It's just counteracting their Primal Instincts. Mutilith is out of the game. Razordons are now teeing off onto the Chaos Knights, getting good damage down onto them. Not a unit you get to see a ton. And if you do see it, it's usually in a late game kite situation, not early game like this. Chaos Knights and the Cockatrice are going to chase off the Cold and Spear Riders, but some of these Chaos Knights, somewhere had to suicide dive for the Razordons, and it just didn't happen, and now the Razordons have killed off an entire Chaos Knight and a Mutilith Vortex Beast for their effort. Damage value is 2-1 right now in the favor of the Warriors of Chaos, and now the Chaos Knights are coming. Now they're going to try to get their vengeance, but some Cold One Riders and Saurus are getting between them and their prey. The Severed Claw are also moving forward. Kroq-Gar looks like he's going to hunt down the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, who has plenty of healing left to give. I wonder if he throws it onto some Chaos Knights or something, because he needs better targets. The game is not over yet, however. The Razordons are a big chunk of balance of power that if a Chaos Knight can get onto them, they can kill them so quickly that this game will be even right up. And the Lizardmen are running out of mobility to peel for these Razordons. The Razordons, you can see, are getting forced further and further away from the Saurus, and now Chaos Knights catch them in open field. So this is a big moment for Chaos to get back in this game. As Kroq-Gar comes over to fight with the Chaos Knights and the Cockatrice a bit, I'm really hoping for a heal. There's a Fleshy Abundance. It's on the Severed Claw. Not the target I would have expected, but not a bad target. It's just not the one I would have expected. I thought he was going to try and heal up some of these Chaos Knights who are so injured, but still have a lot of models left. A lot of good targets, though. I do not think the Severed Claw is a bad target at all. There go the Razordons, though. One of them is already almost dead. The other one is free and clear from all support, trying to get back to its guys for right now. These other Chaos Knights were actually pushed off. They weren't able to sandwich it in. And Kroq-Gar is standing among his Kroxigors as the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle opts into the fight. This is very risky. Harmonic Convergence gives Kroq-Gar even more stats, but the Severed Claw are coming over to make their presence known. Balance power is back to about dead even. Lizardmen are still up about 3,000 damage value. But the Cockatrice is here. Maybe going to dive onto Kroq-Gar and help out the Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle. I wonder if he bothers, but he might have to go after the Razordon. Someone's got to go ahead and get that thing. More Chaos Knights fighting Cold One Spear Riders in the trees, and the Cockatrice is actually going to go help that fight out a bit. Something is behind my camera. It's a very wounded Chaos Knight chasing off that Razordon hunting pack. Okay, that's fine. We're cool with that. Cockatrice dives on the Cold One Spear Riders as the Chaos Knights get a downhill charge into the Razordons. The Lizardmen are once again pulling ahead on the balance power, as all that's what did it. They got massive value onto the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle. He's down to half HP and he's terror routing for now. Someone has to save this poor boy as the Severed Claw attempt to grind their way through everybody. Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, if he can save with the Winds of Magic, he could get a gigantic Overcasted Fleshy Abundance to heal himself and all these Chaos Knights and the Cockatrice up. Curse of Midnight Wind is out, however, reducing all these guys' melee attack and their armor. And that might just be army losses kicking in, as both Chaos Knights are routing. The Severed Claw is close to Terror routing as well, away from Kroq-Gar. Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle is routing. Just everything for the Warriors of Chaos routing could lead to an army losses situation. Kroq-Gar does not look like he's about to let this Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle come back, as he's going to chase that guy off the battlefield. Gets a couple charge attacks in a row, all of them hitting. The Cockatrice is trying to drain down all these Saurus Warriors' melee attack, which it can do, but it doesn't have a Mortis Engine effect of any kind, so it's not actually doing damage to them as it sits here. Kroq-Gar is going to finish off the Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle. It looks like that guy's officially not coming back, and Razordons once again found a little pocket to shoot at the Cockatrice for a bit, but now Chaos Knights plowing through should silence them once and for all, though I think it is too little. I think it is too late. The Severed Claw are impressive, but they can't kill all these Saurus and Kroq-Gar. Damage value still in the 2-to-1 territory. As Spare Air, a new face to our tournament scene with some very strange builds, but some really good micro. Looks like he'll be taking a tournament win today. Hopefully he sticks around. Hopefully he tries out the Vermin League, our best of 3 bot. But until then, I'll bid you all adieu. The next stream will not be until next week, because I will be leaving tomorrow and working till Sunday at a convention in Milwaukee, so I'll be gone, be out of town. For the Strange Lizardmen, 3,000 damage value on Kroq-Gar. Croc scores did fine. Razordon Hunting Packs both paid for themselves and a little bit more. Saurus did alright. That's about it. Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle did okay. Mutal Vortex Beast got massacred. Chaos Knights tried to put the game on their back after the Mutalith died. Cockatrice did okay. But that's GG. GG well played to everybody. I gotta get going. I am tired and my voice is very much shot. But that's a GG, everybody. Goodbye. Sekiro? Nah, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed.